the place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously,
Yes.
dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock right down. And by lock right now, I mean we staying in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed. But that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
Hey, salute to everybody joining the show today. Salute to everybody in the chat. Who we got in the chat? S.E. Kawanda, Josh, Jeff. Hey, that's it. Renee. That's it. Willie. Oh, I see you, Willie. Willie in the chat. Sylvia. All right, look, we got another powerful show today. And thank you for joining me this October 27, 2025. We got another powerful show for you today, so I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Now, this been a powerful weekend. It was a powerful weekend for those that got out and got active and it was about that action. We had trunk and treats. We're going to talk about that at the top of the show. But you know how we do it. It's Monday, and we never forget to give that first fruits, to be thankful for what we got right here on the Tory Lowe Show. First show of the week. We got Miracle Minister Kevin on the lines. How you doing, Minister Kevin?
I'm doing great, Tory. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm feeling powerful.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm feeling powerful myself.
Miracle Minister, Miracle Minister, it was a lot going on this weekend, a lot of festivities going on in the city. We had trunk and treats.
Yeah, I seen some stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I seen the peanut butter jelly sandwich floating around.
Peanut butter jelly time.
All right.
Me and Elizabeth Brown went out as peanut butter and jelly with the trunk and treats. It was powerful. It was a great event. I appreciate everybody in the community that came out, that supported. A lot of the brothers and sisters that are on the front line stopped through. A lot of the families brought their kids out. I'm trying to finish editing the video so I can put it out in the next day or two. But I had so much footage. I can only post the pictures.
Yeah, and there was plenty of them you posted. I see them.
So
it was nice. It was good to see the kids out. I seen one little girl holding a knife in her hand, like she the one that spread the peanut butter on you.
Hey, I said, hey, look, don't try to cut the sandwich in half now.
That's what I'm gonna ask her to do.
You know the kids love the peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
they love the Tory Lowe too. So
they had a great time.
Did a great job. And I see they had those at a few places too. Other jobs. That's nice that people and organizations are giving the kids an option. Not to be out there grabbing unknown things and who knows what it's doing to their bodies and stuff. People are sick, man. I don't understand why you even think of doing something like that to harm a little child. I don't get it.
Well, this is the sickness that we're living in today, where there are things going on out here, and we got to make sure that we're combating and that we're not just looking around trying to find others to do it. This is our community. These are our children. We have to make sure that we let them know that they're not going to go without because somebody wants to participate in foolishness or somebody or due to the lack thereof as well. But this is what we have to do.
Yeah, and that's awesome that, people are thinking about the children. Whether you celebrate the holiday or not, the children look for things around that time. You don't have to teach them that ghosts and goblins are real, stuff like that.
Right.
But you can't let them enjoy certain things. Certain people have certain limitations on how far they go with it. But whatever their teachers are, I'm not here to bash anybody's teachers. You do what you think is best for your children. That's what's important. You do what's best for your children, what's good in your heart, and that you don't neglect the children, regardless. You don't neglect them. You don't want to see your kid to school and everybody got bags of candy and you got socks or something. You know what I mean? You got nothing.
Right.
So it's good that, everybody is able to participate, have a good time with their children, a safe time, more importantly. And I applaud you and Liz and everybody else for the deals who got involved.
Simone, she hit me up. Simone had a vision. She saw that video that we was out at Midtown where it was just a bunch of grass growing in the concrete. And then when she hit me up, she was like, hey, Tory, let's do something out there for the kids. It's a nice, beautiful area. Let's have a trunk and treat out there. And we started working on it. And
The beautiful thing is, we can complain about what ain't happening, but we can make stuff happen too. And I try to make sure that I don't be the person to say what's not happening. I want to bring results to what could happen.
Yes, and that's what's important. Everybody can point out. It takes no energy whatsoever to point out the things that's not happening, because there's plenty of that. But it takes some effort, some heart, some grit, determination to make things do happen. Like I said, I applaud y'all. Y'all got it done. That was awesome. So people still find fault, though. You know that. Right? You know you're gonna have your haters. They're gonna still find fault.
Like I said, I don't see haters. I see negative. I see negative fans. Like they really your fan. Really people that really speak out against you. No, it's the truth, because they got to pay attention. As long as you're paying attention, you can see something powerful. And I don't care if you like what you're seeing or not, but if you can see the results, that's all that counts. It's no argument. We got it done. It's over with. What you gonna say?
On the farms and the crops, you grow your crops, and you're gonna have your haters, and that's your fertilizer.
Right.
That's your fertilizer. That's what's gonna help you to grow.
Facts.
It's gonna help you to grow. Let them fertilize you, man. Let them fertilize you. You keep on growing, because the more they fertilize, the more you grow. So
I'll say that. Well, the oak tree is already up. So, thank you for the fertilization. But we on to something else. I'm a full-grown oak tree now, so we ready. And it ain't nothing can stop it. You can't stop it. It's no words or no actions that can stop what's happening, because it's for the people, by the people, and all power to the people. So that's why it's great. This is why this is a great time. That's why it's so powerful that we coming together right now, because more and more people are starting to believe that they can make some real changes in this community. And when I see them come out and I see them take the steps and take the actions that we talk about every day, all the time, that lets me know that the message is clear. Get some results about that action.
Yeah, I was teaching Bible. I was teaching Sunday school yesterday, and we were talking about the Exodus when the children of Israel was leaving. Before they left, we had Moses. We all see the movie, The 10 Commandments, and we think that's exactly the way it was. That's a lot of editorial stuff, a lot of creative license from the director and everything. And I don't bash that either. That's good. But some things there that you may not learn if you actually read what the Bible says. I was reading, and I was saying that it was saying that all the plagues, the 10 plagues that the Egyptians had to suffer, Pharaoh had to suffer, God's people were still in there in the land of Goshen, right around there. And they were severed from all the things that that the enemy had to go through. They had the pestilence, the lice, the frost, the flies, the locusts, the darkness, the water turned into blood, the dying of the firstborn. All these things that they went through, God's people didn't have to go through it. So long as you still one of God's children, it don't matter what's going on around you, what the people are doing around you. Like we talk about the government and all that stuff, and we not getting this, they may not get SNAP benefits and all this stuff. Whatever's going on around you, it did not affect them. The hail came down and burned up everything up in there. When it didn't burn up, the locusts came through and ate up. So whatever's going on around you in that land, God got a way of separating you from what they have to go through. You don't have to go through everything that your neighbors got to go through. As long as you were one of a child of God, and that was God's firstborn, Israel, as long as you got your head straight, you don't have to go through what everybody around you is going through. So let's not look at everything they doing and say, woe is me. No, woe is them.
Hey,
I'm good.
Let me tell you something. If I ever looked at what other people was doing and thought that it ain't never happened. You get on your frequency, you get on your purpose, and you continue to do the work. And long as the work getting done, hey, I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the problem is. I see people trying to make a problem, but the key word is not going to happen because the enemy is defeated. It's just you just got to keep it moving. Don't be distracted. And I appreciate everybody, all the brothers and sisters on the front lines, because fighting in this community ain't an easy fight. It ain't an easy fight, but the victory is at hand. The victory is right now. The victory is already there. We already doing it.
Right. What the devil meant for your bad, God turned it good. So we don't need to worry about what he's doing.
I don't.
We don't need to worry about it.
I think he got to be at the moment. Hey, Flip. If he ain't worried about me and I'm worried about him, then he got me.
He was.
Right.
He was.
Right. It ain't gonna never happen. So, but look, everybody that's out there, Radio Land, I need y'all to gather together. Let's get on one accord right now for the Miracle Minister Kevin Monday prayer as usual. Thank you, Miracle Minister Kevin, for coming on every Monday faithfully on the Tory Lowe Show to give that Monday prayer, and we appreciate you.
My pleasure. Shout out to Truth Nation and Miracle Temple. Dear Lord, we know that whether we're in the storm, the wilderness, or even the bondage, we trust and believe that you are still with us, and you know exactly what we need. You will never leave us or forsake us. So as the storm is drawing near the people in and around the Caribbean islands, even, God, we pray that you will keep everyone safe and sound. We say to the storms that are blowing violently in our lives, peace, be still. Look up on your children that are facing the many obstacles this world has to store for them, and please deliver them in righteous justice. Give us wisdom needed to deal with all that's going on in our nation. Some people may not receive their resources needed to feed their families. So we ask that you be the provider and the protector during these times. I speak life and life more abundantly. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Hey, anything else you want to say, Miracle Minister Kevin?
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, when we come back, we're going to get into the show. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, the time is almost here. We've been entering Truth fans into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway for the past 3 months. And on Friday, October 31st, we finally pick our next Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All $5,000 giveaway winner.
Be sure to tune in to The Truth in the Morning on Halloween so you don't miss your call, because if you do, we will go down to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner.
There's nothing spooky about the 5K giveaway. Milwaukee Black Talk, 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
What is a DJ? Do we just play music? Maybe some are that simple. With me, I create memories that last a lifetime. I'm always thinking about how songs connect. I read the room. Every event is an open canvas, a new world. So what's a DJ when you hire me? I'm a vibe architect, a curator of euphoria, a guaranteed good time.
I know you want me. Every day, not only when you're lonely.
Whether you have a wedding, festival, corporate event, or any other special occasion, get your free consultation with DJ Remaniac today.
Trailblazer.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I want to talk about the event that we had over the weekend while we at this. Why it's early. Why it's still early before we get into the other stuff that we got to get into today. It's a lot of conversations we got to have. But this trunk and treats thing was so powerful. And last week we talked about the original location being shut down. We talked about that, but we ain't gonna talk about all of how the devil tried to stop it. But what happened was we got not even a better location, but a great area where a lot of people came through. Hundreds of children came through. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some pictures. We got some pictures if y'all want to see, because if y'all missed it, if y'all didn't get there, hey, next year. But it was peanut butter and jelly time. Me and Elizabeth Brown had the peanut butter and jelly costume, and so many parents, community members, people from all around joined us for a safe event. And this is what it is. I think for the past couple years, we've heard about the drugs and the fentanyl and the things that they were putting in the candies and things. And since I've been a little kid, they was always saying, check the candy. Have the parents check the candy, safety ideas and things like that. Now I'm an adult, and I'm going to take action, and I'm going to make sure that we pull up the ones that are righteous, the ones that want to see things work out for the betterment of our people. And we gonna pull up, and we gonna supervise, and we gonna make sure that everything is A1. And we had a great, powerful event. Once again, we got a collage up there. It's peanut butter and jelly time. Once again, salute to Truth Nation, everybody in Truth Nation that pulled up. Salute to all of the kids that had a great time. We had a little Chucky out there. We had a little Michael Jackson out there. We had the Scream. It seemed like there was a lot of Scream outfits too. A lot of Scream outfits. We got a video. We got a little video that I want to show. It's just a little collage video of just the kids having a great time. Y'all need to see this. Somebody look at this. Somebody go to 101.7 The Truth as we broadcast live and look at this. This is what we do. This is where a lot of y'all, a lot of people don't believe that we can get out here and make it happen. This was just regular citizens pulling up, candy in the trunk. We had some food trucks that pulled up. No, just easy breezy. And then there was some drill team out there too. It was like groups of people doing drill squad out there. The girls was getting it too. I'm trying to tell you. Take me through there. Take me through there. Hey, they was having a great time. I'm telling you, if next year is going to be even bigger and better. Look at this. Somebody look at this. It was at Foreman Mills at Midtown, in the Foreman Mills Midtown parking lot. It was just a beautiful time. And when we do these things, we thinking about doing something for Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna need Truth Nation to keep your ears open, because we working on something for Thanksgiving. But look at this. Somebody look at this. Look at the smiles on these kids' faces. A safe, fun environment for the kids, and it was simple. All we did was pull up as responsible adults, said that we was going to make sure that our kids, our children, have a great time. And this was powerful. And I think it was other events across the city where people were trying to step forward and making sure that these kids that's in our community have a safe trick or treat. I call it trunk and treats, because we just pulled up with the trunk with the treats. And when we talk about being about that action, it was some people from Truth Nation that listened to this radio show pulled up about that action. I love it. I like a listening audience that's about to be not about to be active, that's being active. This is what this show about. I don't know what nobody else want people to do. But I want my people that listen to this show to be active out here in this community, getting results. Not talking about what we about to and gonna do. We already had the event. We on to something else. And this whole year been full of
Everybody from Truth Nation that went out here and got involved, they got results. It's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. But look, when we come back, we'll have the Pop Culture Report. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources, Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
Coming with straight truth.
Tory, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you when I first started hearing your voice. And what you're doing, in the words of T-Pain and Gorilla, I love it.
Thank you, brother. Bless.
Hey, I'm down with you, man. I missed your last gathering, but the next one I'm going to be there. And I'm going to make sure I introduce myself because, hey, you're God in all circumstances.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Never miss a moment of the truth with Sherwin Hughes on the new 1017 The Truth.
Violence is a tool. Violence is a tool of oppression. It's a tool of subjugation. It's a tool of manifest destiny. Let's not say all of a sudden, oh, hip-hop music is why people are... No. Y'all know how America was discovered? Murder, slavery, human trafficking. The origins of violence predates hip-hop. Can we at least agree on that?
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
Drop my pants. I had to make sure I wasn't seen, I didn't want nobody to get surprised.
This is a sick Negro.
I'm just a real one. I peed again, came on back. I said, what y'all been doing? We've been out here for 3 hours. Y'all ain't peed yet? Just sitting here, we playing beer pong, and y'all sitting here peeing next to me? I'm still itchy today. Thinking something wrong. Am I the only one that's astonished by this?
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
The expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Happy Victory Monday to all those who celebrate a nice Packer win. They went to Pittsburgh and showed out against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Coach LaFleur on Jordan Love.
How he carries himself. He just is so confident. He's a great teammate. He encourages the other guys. He's a hell of a leader.
Packers return to Lambeau next week to face the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs lose their first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but an outstanding performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. 40 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks and steals to be exact. They return to Pfizer on Tuesday to face the New York Knicks. Badger Volleyball beats the Oregon Ducks in 4 sets this weekend, moving their record to 15-3. They now will face the #1 team in the nation, Nebraska, on Friday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report with Truth Nation Insider GP in studio. GP, Green Bay all the way.
Go, Pack, go. It was a powerful win.
Hey,
it was a powerful win. It was a powerful win.
It's the student versus the teacher.
That's how they build it.
I like it because it was. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers and eventually had to step into his spot. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers didn't really agree with it. But like I said, now he with the Steelers. Student versus teacher. It just makes sense.
No, I respect the humility that Aaron kind of had going into this week. I know the media kind of tried to portray it as, the guy that basically succeeded you, the guy that kind of took your spot, or, that was the young and up-and-coming guy. And Aaron kind of was like, listen, this isn't personal for me. There's no revenge involved. But you could see, like, even when the game kind of started, he was taking it all in. He was talking to all of the, equipment managers and staff and everybody else that kind of used to handle stuff for him when he was with the Packers, as well as, the post-game handshake that they had. And the game was crazy, all throughout. Again, the Steelers kind of jumped out to a strong lead. They had the 2 missed field goals early in the first half, which, McManus is on the hot seat a little bit about that. I know they were talking about the kicking kind of controversy coming into that game. But in the second half, it was pretty much all Packers. Again, they came right out. They scored immediately. Tucker Kraft had a huge game. He went over 100. We got Christian Watson back. And, they didn't run the ball necessarily super well. Again, both the running backs kind of finished under 70 yards. I know Emmanuel Wilson had 2 less carries, but he finished with 61 yards. But the fourth quarter, again, they were unstoppable. 21 total points in the fourth quarter to win 35-25. So you're seeing a team that's resilient. And, again, I think that we finally get this stamp that Jordan Love was the guy and that it was the right choice.
Well, I'll say this. Jordan Love had to let America know.
I was like that
he was the right choice to move on at the time. And this was the game. And this is no better way to show it than to get on the field. Yeah. So Jordan Love had a great performance. At one point, went 20 completions in a row. Aaron Rodgers was looking, like he was going to try to do something before halftime. It looked like the Steelers was trying to bust a move.
Yeah.
And eventually, after halftime, the Packers got it right.
Right. Absolutely. I think that we talk about this all the time. The Packers have been a second-half team largely, throughout the entire year. Again, they were battling the Cowboys. That game obviously ended in a tie. But even the week prior with the Cardinals, they were down going into that fourth quarter, and they mustered up enough offense to eke out a win. Same thing here, too, as well, playing a tough team on the road. It's a primetime game. All the eyes are on you. And we know what the narrative would have been had they not completed this comeback, that Jordan Love is, unable to start fast, that the defense is obviously failing, or that the secondary is still kind of going to be a large problem. I think they're going to get themselves out of trouble if they can throw the ball as effectively as they can, which will open things up for Jacobs as well, later into the season. So
I only got 2 words outside of Jordan Love.
I'm listening.
Tucker Kraft.
Dog.
Oh, my goodness. We got a beast.
Yeah, that boy's a dog. And it's crazy because he got drafted after, I think, Musgrave, the other tight end that we currently have. And it's good to see that we get late round, draft pick value from a guy that was largely overlooked. But he looked like the number 1 receiver out there.
He did.
And he's the tight end. It's
and
crazy.
He looked like one of those Gronk-type wide receivers that was tough, gritty, reliable, and gave Jordan Love the outlet to be relaxed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, if he is the primary weapon in this offense, again, you can hide him because he's basically an extra O lineman. You can attach him to, the right tackle, the left tackle. You can move him around, put him in motion, run him out the slot. And then as well as Christian Watson, too, when you get a guy that's a true deep threat like that, as well as Golden and Dobbs and all of the other guys that are in this offense, it makes everything a lot easier for all the weapons that they have. They have a lot of good wide receivers, but if Tucker Kraft is leading the way, it'll make everything so much easier going forward.
Also, surprise, Christian Watts makes his off injury debut.
And he was fresh.
He had some fresh legs. He looked real good. They didn't put him in too many strenuous situations.
Right.
Came down with some good catches. The Packers look loaded on offense right now.
They looking dangerous. I think, again, we talk about all the time, the magic number basically in the NFL is kind of 28. If you can average 28 or so points as an offense, you're going to beat a lot of teams if you have any type of viable defense. Again, the defense kind of had a tough day. There were a lot of bad penalties from Keyshawn Nixon, as well as a couple, times that I think DK Metcalf snapped a touchdown on him earlier in that game too. So everybody is growing and still learning. It's super early into the season, but we see that the secondary is going to be at least the weakness of this team. I think that's something that if they do go pick up a guy before the trade deadline, or they can, kind of shuffle some guys around or kind of run the defense that allows guys to be in their best, positions. Because they moved Valentine as well around. I think Valentine was the one that was traveling with DK basically because he's the bigger corner. But I think that
that's my boy.
I like that guy. He's a dog too.
Hey, we talk.
Right. Right. Hey, that's your boy.
But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, when you talk about having that dog, Valentine, he always been that dog. He always had that dog in him. But I like the Packers defense because Micah makes it now. You have to play man to man.
No, yeah, and he opens up things for Rashawn Gary.
I know we play zone a little bit, but I think that the Packers defense creates enough to where now, it's just like how they can pick and choose how they're going to get you. And that's because that front four is now in a space where it's causing havoc.
Absolutely. I think that, again, we talk about it's a full team win, basically. They rebounded early on from some of the prior mistakes that they made, as well as the offense got going. They ran the ball when they needed to, and they threw it well when they had to. So I'm excited to see what this team looks like again as we get into the early, or the later months, because obviously November and December is that kind of tough schedule where it's basically divisional games. They're going to have to go to, Detroit eventually at some point. They're going to have to play the Bears as well, as we know they lost both games to the Bears last season. So we'll see what this team looks like as things progress. But the offense is vibrant, and it's better than ever right now.
It sounded powerful.
It's looking powerful.
What else is going on in these pop culture streets?
So there was a viral survey that I kind of stumbled upon, and we always get into our conversations about dating, but I wanted to get your thoughts on this. So there's a viral list going around that shows places that women are typically avoid for first dates.
What you mean, like places that women don't want to go on a first date?
Basically, places that women will probably say no, or that they will not enjoy on a first date. And so the list is kind of long. There's 28. Wow. But I want to get your guess on what the top 3 would be.
I would say something like fast food restaurants like McDonald's or Taco Bell or something like that.
Okay, you kind of in that same range. They
don't want to go there on a first date.
So the top 3 kind of confused me. The top 3 in no particular or in order would be Chili's, which is 3rd.
Chili's.
Applebee's, which is 2nd.
Applebee's.
And Cheesecake Factory is 1st.
They don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
You know what Drake said? Why you got to fight with me at Cheesecake? You know I like
Are
to
you
go there.
serious?
It's crazy.
Who made that list?
It's basically just a random kind of like viral post that
What area? Was it Paris Hilton them? Somebody that heiresses or something like that?
I don't think it's the bougies.
I think that a lot of women like going to the Cheesecake Factory.
But I mean, the other ones that are on this is even crazier. The gym and church are on here too as well.
They don't want to go to the gym on the first day. I wouldn't want to see you all, sweaty and stuff like that. Not on the first day. I need you to, we need to go and just have a nice talk. Maybe a nice walk on the lakefront. Somewhere that you can have some quiet time and stuff like that. You all up in the gym, somebody yelling because they trying to bench press 500 pounds. I don't know. I don't know if that's romantic or not.
I mean, I wouldn't even want to do a gym date if that was with my actual significant other already, or my wife. I feel like that's kind of just a place that is just like sacred. Like you got to be on your own and you got to kind of do your own thing. But there was a bunch of other stuff that popped up on this. I saw family functions is also on this list. I believe family functions is right in the top 20.
On the first date, they don't want to go to the family function on the first date?
Which is understandable. I feel like that's
some people always want to meet your mom or somebody that you're close to. They feel like if you meet that person, then they in the game.
Nah, that's a red flag. I think if you take me to meet mommy and daddy on the first date, I feel like you're trying to prove something to them. I feel like that's you trying to be like, hey, like, look, I can actually find a good man. Because you probably already showed a couple people to think about it. Mom and dad probably done met Jamarcus and Johnny and all of them before that.
Oh, wow.
That's how I feel. But another one that kind of popped up on there, too, as well, was bowling, basically. And I believe another one that popped up on there was coffee dates. Waffle House is on there, too, for some reason. It's a very, very strange.
On the first date?
Yeah. Hey. Bowling is cool though. I like bowling. I ain't mad at bowling.
A lot of people like going bowling and skating on the first day. They'd be like, "Oh, this activity, let's get out," because their last boyfriend didn't take them nowhere.
But I think it's kind of a tough thing when you talk about going on a date. You obviously want to be face to face. You want to have that FaceTime where you can talk, ask questions, kind of figure out what the body language is. If you think about it, you're bowling, somebody throwing one in the gutter or somebody rolling a strike every other. You're kind of in passing, so you don't get that kind of connectivity.
Well, you get to have fun if you got some charm.
Yeah.
While they bowling, you're gonna be like, you're gonna try to come behind behind them and show them how to do that.
Nah.
How to roll it down the middle.
What, turn your wrist this
and
way?
strike that pin.
Nah.
Hit that strike. Hey.
But no,
like playing pool. You got to, show her how to, knock the ball in the pocket.
It's not. That's like your typical like rom-com kind of movie. I think the main thing here, though, that we can kind of take away is that if someone likes you planning or you making that effort is kind of enough. I know we talked about it. There used to be a time where just kind of asking or even putting forth the effort to plan something was enough. Now there's like a specific list of do's and don'ts. It's crazy.
All right, but all I'm saying is, whatever happened to just, hey, thank you for even wanting to spend time with me.
Right.
See, this is the new age now. You got to have everything name brand so I can go brag and show it on Facebook like it's content. Everything is content now.
That is true.
The boyfriend is content. Where they eat is content. Even what they wearing to bed is content. I done seen that too.
No, yeah.
So it's a lot of people that's addicted to attention. And these are the things, it seems like they got to get to this certain level to show that they're living a lifestyle or maybe a delusional idea of how they're living just to make content. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, I think the demands are kind of growing again because we talk about how easy and how convenient it is to get in touch with people and to even kind of set dates up. It's so easy to kind of talk to somebody and basically get to know them through a phone, but it's so hard to get outside and connect with somebody one-on-one for 30 minutes to, an hour. A lot of people don't have enough going on in their mind to force a conversation or to have a dialect, back and forth. So it's crazy to say that people have demands about where they can't and don't want to go. A lot of people haven't been doing well in the dating game. You should be lucky somebody wants to take you to your local Wingstop.
The dating game now is a simp culture.
You simp? Ooh.
It's simping. It's simp culture.
Yeah.
Because if they like you, no matter what you do, they're going to like it.
Yeah.
If you're their pick, they don't care if you go take them for a walk on the lake. If they don't care, because I just want to be with you. I just want to talk to you. I want to have that personal connection with you.
Yeah.
But when you not they pick, you're going to have to jump over hurdles like you running the 200-meter track.
I think you got to know.
Track meet. You're going to have to jump over hurdles. You're going to be in a race with 5 other people.
Yeah. I think you kind of got to know what your audience is. Again, like I've been on dates where I've sat in the car and eaten Wingstop with girls, and I've been on dates where I had to go fork over some money for a steak dinner. You just got to know what type of person you're dealing with. But at the end of the day, if someone is trying to make the effort to take you somewhere, you should be more than thankful. Whether if it's your local Taco Bell or your local whatever steakhouse, it could be like that. But
hey, it seemed like you would go on a date, pay and simp.
Nah.
Just joking.
I wouldn't take nobody nowhere I couldn't go.
Hold on, y'all Harlem cats, y'all supposed to have a little charm.
But that's the thing. That's the charm right there. I wouldn't take nobody nowhere where I couldn't go or where I wouldn't take myself. That's the kind of thing. I got to know what the level is. If I want a little more, I might, a little bit here and there. And then from there, we could work our way down because I know you got that comfort already.
How much do you have? If you spend over $300, are you expecting a happy ending?
I plead the fifth.
All right, well, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky businesses will win an opportunity for a monthly spotlight interview. Yes, you will win 3 interviews on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business's chance to be highlighted on The Truth for 3 months, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella Windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Hey Milwaukee, are you ready to make your neighborhood shine? Join 1MKE's Neighborhood Task Force, where neighbors come together to build stronger, more connected communities in Washington Park, Washington Heights, Clark Square, and Walker's Point. Come share a meal and share your ideas and share your voice. This is your chance to shape the future of your neighborhood. Don't miss out. RSVP today on Eventbrite. Search 1MKE Neighborhood Task Force and join the movement to make Milwaukee stronger together. 1MKE, one voice, one community, one future.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Truth Nation Insider GP in studio.
What it do?
GP from New York.
Is that
New York's finest? Hey, what's happening then?
No Limit and Cash Money Records. They did their thing this weekend. They had that verses that everybody was highly anticipating and waiting for at Complex Con, and the legends of yesterday showed out again. Juvenile, not Slim, but BG, Manny Fresh, a couple other people popped up as well. Mac, a lot of the people that necessarily ran the music scene in the early 2000s as well as in New Orleans. Yeah.
Most of the early 2000s.
No, yeah. And it was amazing again.
From the 99 to the 2000s.
But they said it kind of was for the wrong audience. I think that Complex Con necessarily wasn't the place for it because it kind of caters more towards millennials and Gen Zers. But nonetheless, again, I had the chance to watch the entire verses in its entirety, and there's a lot of classic songs that played. Like I had to go through and kind of take notes. Again, they started with 400 Degrees, and then they played Still Fly super early, but there was a bunch of other good songs that came on. Bourbons and Lax. There was I Can Tell, Bling Bling, Set It Off, Number One Stunner. There's so many gems and so many classic songs.
Body.
I'm telling you. And I love to see.
Snoop Dogg popped out.
Which confused me, though.
He was with No Limit.
I think that was kind of like just in case they was losing, though.
No, Snoop Dogg was on No Limit.
He was signed to them?
He was signed to Masterpiece.
Okay, these are things that I don't know.
You part of that generation that missed all that.
Okay, I'm a little too young for that.
You came in with G-Unit.
Nah.
Get rich or die trying.
I kind of missed the tail end, though. But I think that when we talk about, again, the legends of yesteryear, it's awesome that all of these guys got to see this moment and they got their flowers. Again, they put on an amazing performance for all of the world to see. The replay value was there, as well as some of the classics that people might have forgotten. Obviously, there was a couple people that didn't, make it. Wayne and Mystical weren't there for some reason, which I believe Lil Wayne is still touring, if I'm not correct. But
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying.
I think Lil Wayne is done with Birdman.
Really?
Yeah, because, it took them a minute, because even with the Hot Boy tour that they just did, all the controversy with that, people forget that it was Lil Wayne didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when Michael Jackson broke solo and then they made him come back with his brothers to get some money with the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Once you get that taste of being on your own, you don't want to get back in that pot, especially if you had to do it through a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still some things there below the surface that's going on. I'll say this. Birdman now is traveling with NBA Youngboy, and now Youngboy is his new Lil Wayne.
Not wrong.
So I think Lil Wayne peeped that. The same thing that Birdman did with Young Thug. Tried to replace him with a megastar. And right now, they saying Youngboy like the Tupac of this generation.
They call him the Michael Jackson of the YNs. They going crazy.
They going crazy with the narratives. But he on tour right now. If you see the video, Birdman and him got a song together.
Yeah.
So Birdman interest right now is NBA young boy.
And I get it. Yeah.
And I think Lil Wayne used to be in that space, and when he see somebody occupying that space, he feels some type of way. Because he was the one that was doing all the kissing, and, they was doing all Birdman Jr., Stunned Like My Daddy, and all of that. And then all of a sudden, he saw that the game changed on him. And once he started going through the lawsuit, I think he made some changes, and now he trying to bring him back in because everybody trying to get back together. But I think that Lil Wayne just he don't want to be a part of all of that. I think he just want to be isolated into himself.
I hope that that's not the case, though. Again, like when we look back at Lil Wayne's career, again, this is, I don't want to call him a kid because he's obviously a grown man now, but he almost didn't live to see what, he has become or the legendary status that he's kind of reached. I know we talked about it, or people know that he almost died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. I believe there was an officer that kind of found him and saved him. And then obviously he ran into Birdman along the way, and he kind of blew up since 16. He's been in the public eye and been famous since 16 or 17 years old. He owes everything that he has to Birdman. I kind of understand, though, also.
But I think that eventually Birdman owe everything he got to Lil Wayne, too. I think it flipped. I think it started out like that because, you got to find somebody, you got to get them on the right track, you got to get them started. But I think that once Lil Wayne reached the Lollipop era and started the Carter, all of that, I think that now he became one of the biggest artists in the world, got a new contract, and then they didn't want to pay him because the tables had turned.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of washed each other. Like you helped me, I helped you. Now let's move on.
I don't think it's a wash, though. I think that, again, Birdman kind of supplied Lil Wayne with the blueprint. That's kind of how we got Young Money Records, which obviously Birdman was elite at recruiting talent. He had Juvie, he had BG, and all these other guys under the the same fold. And then once Lil Wayne kind of became who he got Nicki,
think about it.
Drake.
Everybody in the Hot Boys had something ill to say about Birdman. Even Turk. Look what he did to Turk during the verses.
He showed him a little love. I think that was just a little jab.
He said, no, you ain't supposed to jab nobody. Look how Mia X was looking in the background when he said that. Like, they all know each other. They from the same area. Like,
from the same projects and everything.
They know each other. Like, they're larger than life music figures to us, but they all know each other. They all talk. They all from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, again, it was a great event. I wish that we would get more of these more consistently, again, before people either have these falling outs or people kind of get too old to even kind of get together for some of these things. Lil Wayne would have been there, or being there would have been kind of, I guess, the final touch on everything for me.
They advertised Lil Wayne.
But that's crazy. They played a million.
Right.
I thought Lil Wayne was going to walk out. I stood up and I started clapping because that was the song that I was really looking forward to hearing the most. Or even so, some of the older classics that Lil Wayne was on, they kind of tiptoed around singing his verses, but they still use the songs because they have that effect and they have that kind of or resemblance, or I guess kind of connection with the culture. All in all, again,
a lot of people say it was Juvie versus No Limit.
Yeah, it did look like a 20v1
It was like a Juvie concert.
Yeah.
He did the most. He carried the load. He carried the load. Birdman tried to jump in there. Manny Fresh tried to jump in there.
Yeah.
But it was basically just Juvie taking on a whole army. And then somebody was saying that Master P, he's still jogging. He's still moving.
But no, it looked good.
He rapped with his, when he's so hyper with his knees up and he's still doing it.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. Again, we talk about it all the time, or it depends. I don't really like to pick winners when I kind of watch these verses. I want to just kind of enjoy the content and the music for what it was and what it meant to me growing up. But I think, again, if you want to look at No Limit, they kind of had the most, I guess, kind of, I'm looking right the word, or camaraderie as a group. They all came out donned in army fatigue, and they had the Saints patches on their arms and everything like that.
Right.
Everybody kind of got their specific moments, like Lady X and Mac as well. He got to sing one of his singles, and then you kind of saw Juvie, and then, you saw Birdman kind of do his transitions with Manny Fresh, because they obviously had their own hits. But I think No Limit had the better songs, but I think Cash Money had the better songs, but No Limit had the better performance. That's how I feel.
I think that a lot of people felt like No Limit, they forgot how good or how much energy that No Limit brought to the game.
Yeah.
And even though Birdman said he invented stunting, Master P invented something that was body. Like you had to be about that action in these streets.
Right.
And so the stunting came from being about it.
Yeah.
So it was like, you started stunting, but about it. Like I couldn't even go nowhere without hearing Master P, about it, all of that. Like it was like
when I heard this song Lifestyle by Birdman and Young Thug.
Right.
You couldn't even walk in Walmart without somebody sitting in their car. They wanted to go in the car. They wanted to go into Walmart, but they would sit in the car and wait till the song finished because it was just that good.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Again, I'm 26, so I'm a little, I guess, ahead or a little behind, kind of. But these were songs that my sister, she had on her iPad Nano, and when I used to borrow that, I was listening to school. I'm walking to school listening to Juvie, Lil Wayne, and Manny Fresh, and all these other guys that. Again,
so you was a Cash Money fan, and then you went into the Young Money.
Of course, and it was a flawless transition. But another thing that we kind of got to talk about, too, the effect that they had on the culture. Like, for me, Make 'Em Say is one of the greatest music videos that I've ever seen. And this was when you had to really be a performer, and you had to keep people's eyes on you in order to go out and buy CDs. Nowadays, you can listen to anybody that you want on the internet, but they fully marketed the product, and they did it together as one. Again, it's good to see our legends get that love and get that shine that they kind of need in order to, go out the right way.
If Mystical could have kept his hands to himself.
Oh, man. Hey.
But we ain't going to talk about it.
Yeah, we ain't going to talk about it. But I'm hoping that we get another verses like this sooner or later. Again, people keep floating Chris Brown's name out there and a couple other people. Like, I think they were
Chris Brown versus Usher.
I would love to see that.
That'll go right there.
Yeah, and again, they're both legendary songwriters, performers, and so I hope that we can continue this trend of people kind of getting together, coming together, and celebrating what people's effect on music was. Because that's all we need. We don't need any more of the rap beefs. I'd rather two people come together and really just hash through the hits and kind of just show, the talent and the legendary work.
In a celebration type format.
Absolutely.
Well, look, I appreciate you for the Pop Culture Report, GP. It's Monday.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we got a long week.
Yeah, I will keep you covered. I'll keep you going with the stories for sure.
Keep me informed on what's going on here in these pop culture streets.
For sure.
Truth Nation, when we come back, we got guests. Stay locked in.
Coming with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music, that now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
How is it possible for somebody to be found guilty of something and serve no jail time? How is it possible that someone can get a first offense misdemeanor when it comes to marijuana here in the state of Wisconsin and can face up to 6 months in jail, but two men who are convicted of murder get probation? This is not what justice is about. Why does this keep happening, Truth Nation? And why does it always seem like black people die and we don't get the justice that we deserve? How should we react to this? If you commit a crime, you must do the time. If you take somebody's life, you have to pay the cost. I don't care that it was an accident, because it does not make sense to me how someone can be murdered and somehow they get no time. Even if you accidentally kill somebody, you are still a murderer, especially when you plead guilty to felony murder. Marijuana will get you more time in jail than killing somebody, especially when it comes to a black man here in America, unfortunately.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. A Waukesha County jury has found a former Planet Fitness employee guilty of child sexual exploitation. Prosecutors say 42-year-old Maurice King committed the crime at the Pewaukee gym back in 2024. The jury acquitted King of child enticement, and 2 other charges were dismissed with prejudice, meaning that they can't be refiled. Investigators say the victim was 16 years old at the time and told police she encountered King while visiting the gym late at night. King is scheduled to be sentenced in December. If those fake loan calls won't stop, state officials say don't take the bait. Michelle Ryan with DatCap says scammers use fake caller IDs and pushy tactics to steal your personal information.
Scammers are telling a consumer you are pre-qualified for a loan, and then they offer to submit an application on their behalf. They use this high-pressure tactic to convince the consumer to provide private information like that social security number, bank account details, and even a name with a date of birth. We hope you just ignore the call.
Ryan says reporting the calls helps investigators track where the scams are in Wisconsin. A Milwaukee man is charged with killing 3 people in one night. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Michael Williams faces 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for shootings that happened October 19th. Police say Marcus Smith and Sandy Lee were killed near 27th and Atkinson, but Kendrick Robbie was found dead about an hour later near 31st and Glendale. Shell casings from both scenes came from the same gun. He's being held on a $1 million bond and could face life if convicted. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. We got guests coming up. And before the guests come in, salute to Eric Shake James. He had put out an Adidas that was the Milwaukee colors, blue, gold, and they finally got my pair. It took a minute, but I got my pair. And it has the 414. These are the day ones. The 414, the day ones. It got a little sky line of the city on the shoe. It got 414. It got the Packers cheese. The cheese head on the tongue, and it got Lake Michigan with the water with the fishes on the tongue. Finally got it. If y'all watching this broadcast, look at this. Somebody look at this. This is the shoe. This is made right here in the city of Milwaukee, one of Milwaukee's most original shoe from Adidas, the 414, the day ones, and I got my pair, just got here, and it's looking powerful. And it got the fishes from Lake Michigan on the tongue. I'm going to set this right here. For those that are tuning in, I'm going to set that right there. It's looking powerful. These shoes are fire. Once again, salute to Eric Shake James for all he's doing in the community. He does a lot of bike giveaways. He does a lot of things for the young people. And I appreciate all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. But this right here, oh my goodness. So the other one, this is the second pair. So one pair has the skyline in yellow, and the other shoe has it in red. So they switched it up. You got to put. I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna save these because you don't want to get these dirty. These are one of a kind. Once they ran out,
once this shoe ran out, I don't think they got no more. I don't think it's another shoe. See how, if y'all watching as we broadcast live, look at this. Look and see how this is red, the skyline. They got the skyline over here. It's red. And then you got the Adidas. Then you got the 414. It's red. And then on the shoe on display, it's yellow. Pay attention to detail. Pay attention to little details on here. And I wish I could show y'all the tongue where they got 1, 2. There's like 3 fishes swimming in the water on the tongue going straight down. I don't know if y'all can see it beyond the shoelaces, but these shoes are amazing. And they are right here, homegrown, right here in the city of Milwaukee. Represent. We got people in here that's making great moves in the city. Salute to Eric Shake James, doing a lot of work with Adidas in the city of Milwaukee. Clicks, his store in Sherwood. He's, go support him. Go support him because he's doing an amazing work right now in the community. One of my brothers. I seen him out this weekend, and I was talking to him, and we had a great conversation of things that we want to do as far as moving forward in the community. So once again, support the brothers and sisters that's out here doing the real work. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. The fruit, you only measure people by the fruit of their labor. Look at the fruit of their labor, and if you like what they growing, what the fruits that they sowing, sow into them. Make sure that y'all do y'all part, because it's going to take a community to save a community. It takes a village. And when they say it takes a village, everybody got to do work. Everybody got to work. So I always make sure that the brothers and sisters on the front lines, that I'm always have an outlet for them with my show to promote what they doing. And not only that, when I'm out in the community, making sure that I do my part to assist as well. But this list that GP was talking about, I want to get, before we go to break, because we got to run the break because the talent is here. The guest is here. But I'm going to tell you this list, matter of fact, I'm going to ask the guest about this list. But they saying that the 28 places that people don't want to go on the first date, these women, and they got Cheesecake Factory is number 1, and Applebee's is on this list. Chili's is on this list. Somebody let me know if did you take this survey. Chipotle is number 4. Olive Garden at number 5. What female don't want to go to the Olive Garden? Somebody help me out. Movies? They saying that the movies, they don't want to go to the movies on the first date. Where y'all want to go? Well, they definitely don't want to go to your house. This is number 7. They do not want to go to the house. I said this during the Pop Culture Report. Any fast food chain, I already knew that. They don't want to go through somewhere where they could go through the drive-thru. They don't want to do that. All right, I'm done with this list. They got my favorite place on here, Buffalo Wild Wing. You don't want to go eat no Wild Wing? You don't want to go to BW? All right. You know what? When we come, we got guests in the studio. When we come back, we got our special guest for today, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Your home has been working hard for you. Now it's time to let it work a little harder. With a home equity line of credit from Brewery Credit Union, you can turn the equity you've built into smart solutions. Pay off high-interest debt, remodel your kitchen, or take care of life's unexpected expenses with flexible access to funds when you need them. Apply today and put your home's value to work for you. Visit brewerycu.com or stop by Brewery Credit Union. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bucks basketball is back. A brand new season of big games, electric matchups, and unforgettable moments starts now. There's nothing like Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The energy, the thrills, the slam dunks, and buzzer-beating three-pointers. Don't miss your chance to be part of all the on-the-court, cheering crowd, fear the deer excitement. Get your tickets today at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella Windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got Shaquana Taylor, Assembly District 11, in studio.
Yeah.
Look, straight from the Assembly up in Madison.
Yeah, well, not today in Madison, but running around. But
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I appreciate you for coming through, because I seen you at the celebrity basketball game.
Yes.
And I'm like, hey, what's up, my girl?
I know.
Come on now.
I was coming.
I know. I knew you. Like I said, we was gonna have. I need to have these conversations on the SNAP benefits.
Yes.
You know, folks up there, you know, they wondering when the first of the month come, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, and I can't share it publicly, but I've already received some copies of people letters that's saying, hey, come November 1st, your food share is already delayed, right? So they've already received that update for some people within my district. And I have, and I'm not giving out the numbers now, but I will put out some later. I have like one of the highest amount of individuals who receive SNAP, right? And so
in your district?
In my district, District 11. So believe me, I am working with some people on some other things that we can put together, you know, not in my official role, but, you know, in my other role, I also do food drives monthly, right? That's something I was doing outside of just being a state rep. So I am trying to connect with some people. And I also have Representative Madison in here, talk about, he's in District 10, about some of the work we want to do as well together, and some of the stuff he already had on the forefront. Connecting
Get your
with,
headset on.
Yeah.
Is it a headset over there?
That's what I said. I don't see. Can we take this?
Yeah, y'all can unplug that one and get them headsets on.
Yeah, so I am.
We got to hear what he got to say. What needs to take place, because I got folks, you know, hit me up, Tory. You know, matter of fact, it was already an eviction situation, an eviction crisis going on in the city, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But now you take
more local,
the SNAP benefits, and now you don't get the food services, and a lot of people got 4 to 5 kids that they got to take care of on a day-to-day basis that assists and helps with, and when they don't get that,
it's rough, right? And I even talked about like talking to some chefs, and I've been talking to some people that cook. And my mother was like, I'm down. Like, we're going to create lives where people can go on utilizing what's in your kitchen. I also want to create
cook from scratch,
or use what you have, you know, because a lot of people don't cook from scratch. So I'm not going to.
Hold on, it's a little too late to find out how to cook from scratch.
That's
now,
what I'm telling you.
You
now,
can't be burning up the food now. You can't overheat the food.
Some beans, some potatoes. Right. No, it's true. But also a way that they can utilize what they have, or a bartering system. Somebody else may have greens down the street, and maybe you got the beans and the flour. So we all have to go back to that system, because at the end of the day, we've always been able to help each other. And one thing we go do is feed you, right? I can remember being at my grandmama's house, whether it was 10 people or 70 people, whatever meal was cooked, fed us all, right? And it wasn't like the steak and potatoes we have nowadays when we're in our refrigerator. It was that good home cooking, right, that filled you up and it lasted. And so we go have to get back to some of that. And I know people will say, how does that go happen? But I think it's a community coming together to say we have to make it happen. Like, it hit me too. Like, I don't receive it, but I'm going to be honest, my youngest daughter do, right? She's a young single parent. She have a few babies, right? And she work, right? So it's not like she's not working. She work a full-time job, but obviously she doesn't even make enough to be self-sufficient. So the SNAP helps her. She's one of the people that received the letter too. And the thing is, it's the kids. Yeah. I mean, that are thousands and thousands of children. It is a lot. And I tell people, SNAP benefits was actually made for white women. Mm-hmm. Okay, and a lot of folks don't want to hear that. They be mad, but that's the truth. Like it just ain't black people on SNAP. It's just not black people on SNAP benefits. Matter of fact, they made the system because men was going off to war, and they had a system in place so white women can have food options. They have some assistance to be able to feed their children. And then we kind of got on the system, so it's more white people on food assistance than blacks.
That is true. That's true.
Yeah. And so let's not make black face of this. Yeah. It's just that our community uses it, and many times when you have representatives that, you know, represent the community that they look like, you have to speak up on their behalf. Yes, absolutely.
And I want to uplift the fact that you pair the fact that folks are navigating, you know, the SNAP benefits going away this month, next month, and you pair that with the fact that week. This weekend.
Talk straight.
You pair that with the fact that you also look at the federal title funding that's going away with our schools, and you'll see that our schools will be struggling with lunch programs over this next year. Yes. Over this next year. So not only are families going to be struggling with feeding kids at home, our school districts are going to be struggling with feeding kids in the classroom. Yes. And that's going to create a whole nother issue. Yeah, because if I'm on a hungry stomach, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not finna learn reading, math. I'm not finna sit in my seat. Right? So now you have another environment that is not conducive to learning because you can't learn on an empty stomach. Right? And that's as adults.
That's tough.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, I had kids say that the MPS lunch ain't the lunch that we used to have.
It's not.
But they, whatever they do have, they need it.
They eat it. Right. Because they need it, right? Or some of them parents that maybe because of SNAP, you were able to send a sandwich and some chips because maybe your child couldn't eat the lunch. A bag lunch. Yeah, a bag lunch, but that's going to stop too. So we can't talk about a system in place or a state and call our motto moving forward where the only thing we're doing is moving backwards when we're going to hurt families and children. That's then going to hurt the community because to be honest, I think about it all round robin, right? People want to eat by any means necessary. You can't take food out of their mouth without something else that put into place. And like I said before, they want to say, oh, maybe these people are working. Yeah. But once again, they're not getting the amount that they need to get paid to be self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. That's how you are able to get the benefits. It's not people that's making all of this money or middle, and there's not even a middle level income. I'm going to just say that.
Middle class is almost evaporated.
You either have money, you don't. That's where we at now.
Have and have nots.
The have and have nots.
Tell it, girl.
Yeah, these are individuals that are working 2 or 3 jobs that are literally still able to get SNAP and they need it.
Well, they saying people don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory on the first day, so.
Well, these ain't people that's getting SNAP,
I'm
right?
just messing with you.
I know.
I'm just messing with you. Like, I was just reading this dating list, and I'm like, now November 1st for to come.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Cheesecake Factory wasn't taking Quest anyway. So right. Let's just make that clear before somebody come on. No,
they ain't. I know you being. No, I was just being funny because.
But you know how somebody will take this message and say.
Well, that means that's mental health issues.
It is.
I'm not responsible for cognitive delays. Yeah.
But what we do know is we need to create this system in our community. And I know at the state level, a lot of people may look and say, why aren't y'all doing something? Because this is a federal issue, right?
Right.
Like we got letters going on. We're reaching out to people. We're putting out numbers, but we don't have any authority over the federal
the federal program.
Yeah, and so a lot of times people may not understand it, and that's why as your state reps, we're here to help you with that. Mm-hmm. We can't go in there and say, put this back on, right? We have asked the governor, right, is there some other things that we can do to maneuver and put some stuff out to get it?
What about that surplus?
Let me explain on the surplus.
Because everybody keeps saying that we got like they say $7 billion surplus or something like that?
Yes, people talk about a $7 billion surplus or $4.6 billion surplus. You talk about a surplus that was built off austerity, right?
Right.
You can't say that, where's the surplus when municipalities weren't getting the money that they needed, when schools weren't getting the money that they needed, and we already did not effectively fund critical essential programs around the state. So when we talk about the surplus and what we're losing federally, that surplus does not begin to fill the gaps that we're losing in federal funding. We're losing over $37 billion in federal funding. That's
here in the state of Wisconsin.
In the state of Wisconsin.
Right.
So $4.5 billion isn't going to fill that gap.
No.
So when we say that we can't do anything as a state to fix this, that's true. Like often politicians, politicians will say, oh, we don't have money for that, right? And there's a lot of ways to generate revenue, or like states can take out loans for programs. We do it all the time.
Right.
But when you're talking about a funding gap that is this large, states can't fill that.
Well, I'll say this, this is the time where we talk about being a village.
Yeah, it's going to have to take a village right now.
It takes a village. And we have a lot of people, when we talk about government attachments in our communities, passing it on to generations and generations. Yeah. Many times people need that assistance. Me and my grandma needed that assistance. Yes. But as I grew older and we tried to educate ourselves and then move on from a lot of those assistant ideas. But I think that now people are looking back and be like, okay, well, what did we have as storage?
Yes.
They used to teach in the Bible to have the stuff stored up for the family.
Storehouse.
My grandma always, my grandma used to always preserve stuff.
Yeah, I got some preserves now for my auntie down south.
You know what I mean? The old school people from South, they used to do to preserve it.
Yeah.
We need it.
Putting the cabbage in the freezer and all the deep freezers for the rainy day.
Yes.
But we don't teach those skills no more to preserve.
We kind of become a community, too, of kind of get it now, right? The microwave. And this isn't a slight, because I ain't a person that likes to cook every day, but I found myself cooking more now with everything that's going on. But when you say back to that village shoe, when you think about it, a lot of people don't even have deep freezers anymore.
Yeah. They don't even get the deep freezer, right?
Yeah, the fridge. And I was just at my sister's house yesterday, and she was saying how to, trying to keep stuff together. I was like, go get a deep freezer, right?
Gotta have a deep freezer.
I'm trying to tell people now, because we're going to need to preserve and freeze some of that stuff so you can have it for later.
Right.
You know how people be like, I don't eat this, I don't eat this, I don't eat beans, right? You gonna have to figure out what can you keep in your house that's sustainable so that you guys can have something there, whether it's canned goods, right? Whether it's rice, flour. And that's why it's going to be so important right now that we figure out a way to help and communicate and connect with each other. So this isn't just about Tory, you know what I'm saying? And not saying it is. This isn't just about Saquana or Darren, right? This is about all of us coming together and say, how do we supply the need for our community? Because we who we've been waiting for. There's nobody in no white horse that's going to come and save us. It's us. It's us.
It's always been us.
You got this show on repeat. Because I tell people every day, if we don't get out there and do it, how it's going to get done? And I say, you ain't on the right track is when you asking somebody outside yourself.
Yes.
When you start asking somebody outside yourself,
right,
you asking the wrong person. And I think that many times when we out in the community, we see those that have accepted the challenge.
Yeah.
And salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines that have accepted that challenge.
Every day, all day.
But we as a community as a whole have to accept that challenge because when you talk about, okay, somebody's finna cut this off, how are we going to manage?
Yes.
We've already put ourselves in the wrong space to be in because even my grandmama said, don't, make sure you got your own now.
Yeah.
Because if somebody can cut you off, you ain't going to have nothing.
Yeah.
That's right.
My oldest son always had this saying, and he was young. He was like, you never bite the hand that feeds you, but you always watch the one that's cooking. Right? And he was like 5 or 4, and I'm like, where you get that from? But as I've grown, I see he say it's okay because sometimes we all need a handout, but don't take your eye off of what you're supposed to be doing either, right? And so we at a time now where I mean, I hate to say it, right? We at a time where our back is up against the wall, and now we're thinking about stuff to do. So we become people that are reactive versus proactive, right? And so now maybe we should be in the term of how do we become now proactive, knowing that this hit us with SNAP, but what else is coming? Because we know if they don't go back in December 31st, we're talking about health care.
Well, we're talking about healthcare right now.
But I'm saying as of December 31st, the amount of people that won't have it, right? I know some people are cut off now. The hospital's going to be inundated with emergency rooms because you can't see your regular doctor without having insurance, but you could go there.
Correct. So I was just at a healthcare roundtable this morning with the governor at Martin Luther King Library, right? And we had folks from DHS, we had restaurateurs, we had childcare folks, we had healthcare professionals, right? Talking about the cost of healthcare. And the governor just made a post, right? And put out a letter explaining how much folks, how much their premiums will be going up. And for a lot of those folks, it's 100%. Yes. Some, it's over 180%, right? Yes. Folks are paying thousands of dollars in healthcare premiums. And what that means is folks are going to, right? Folks are already struggling with changing their healthcare plans and losing healthcare access due to the ACA changes, right? But that means that hospitals are going to close. Yes. Right? And we've seen that in rural Wisconsin, right? Yes. Clare closed, Western Wisconsin closed all of their hospitals. Folks are literally having to get flown to hospitals when they're
in Eau Claire?
In Eau Claire?
Yeah, in Claire.
in Western
they closed
Wisconsin,
it. Western,
right?
they closed their hospitals.
And so on. And we were trying to figure out that gap, but we're about to be presented with a bigger one. We're about to lose more hospitals in urban communities and more in rural communities, and we're about to undergo a healthcare crisis if this federal government does not figure out an alternative to the ACA. Right? Folks have plenty of feelings about it. Yeah. Right? And it's okay to say, all right, the ACA is not it. Right. Because it's not a perfect piece of legislation.
Right. But what happens when there's nothing even like the ACA?
You don't have an alternative. Yeah. If you don't have an alternative, folks will be dying.
Yes. Well, we got to run a break, but when we come back, I want to shift gears here to the Milwaukee County's First Step Detox Center. Okay. They talking about this detox center, too, going... It's supposed to be something at the dorms tonight with that. Do y'all know about that?
But it's for the county, not the state, though.
Okay, so you don't have anything to do with the county.
In this preview is state because I came on as a state, but I'm still on the county too.
I see you. I know you get down on all levels. Okay. You got a lot of hats you be wearing.
I do. I have several hats.
But we'll continue the conversation with the snap. But I want to touch on that because that is something that people want to kind of get a good idea about too.
Okay.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, when we come back, we got Shaquana Taylor, Assembly District 11, in studio. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Literally one call, that's all.
I made one call, and that's all, worry-free.
One call, that's all. It worked.
Just one call, and that's all.
They will do what they say they're going to do. One call, and that's all.
One call, that's all means security.
It's literally one call, that's all.
It's a phrase we'll never forget.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Getting to treatment shouldn't stand between you and life-saving care. The American Cancer Society's Road to Recovery program eases your burden by providing free rides to cancer-related medical appointments. Their trained volunteer drivers are ready to pick you up, take you to your appointment, and bring you safely back home, all at no cost. Don't let transportation keep you from the care you need. Schedule a ride today by visiting their website, cancer.org/transportation. That's cancer.org/transportation.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Happy Victory Monday to all those who celebrate a nice Packer win. They went to Pittsburgh and showed out against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Coach LaFleur on Jordan Love.
How he carries himself. He just is so confident. He's a great teammate. He encourages the other guys. He's a hell of a leader.
Packers return to Lambeau next week to face the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs lose their first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but an outstanding performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. 40 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks and steals to be exact. They return to Pfizer on Tuesday to face the New York Knicks. Badger Volleyball beats the Oregon Ducks in 4 sets this weekend, moving their record to 15-3. They now will face the number 1 team in the nation, Nebraska, on Friday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got guests. We got Rep Shaquana Taylor, 11th Assembly District, and we got Rep Darian Madison, 10th Assembly District, 11th and the 10th in the studio. Hey, look, we got a couple things I want to discuss, but first off, there's something going on with a detox center.
Yes.
They're supposed to be having something tonight, or some kind of, they've been protesting to have a hearing on this because they're thinking that without this detox center, it may get bad out here for those that need the rehabilitation.
So right now, and I serve at the state, and Shaquana overlaps at the county and the state.
Yes.
In the county budget process, the detox center did not get the resources that it needs to stay open, and that's because the county is under a tight strap budget, right? And
$43 million.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's putting the county in a bad spot, right? Act 12, which gave counties and municipalities more revenue, wasn't enough.
No.
And so that means that the county has to again make tough choices, right? About our buses, about our detox centers, about everything.
Right.
But people are saying that they need that detox center.
Right.
It's a life-saving measure, right? I've had a few years ago, my uncle passed away after getting out of prison because he ended up overdosing because he was not able to get access to a space that could have made the difference, right? So folks are protesting because they want that space open because they know that that space will save lives.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know I'm here on the state, but just to let people know, the county does have a public budget hearing tonight at 6 p.m. at the Milwaukee Domes.
Okay.
Doors open at 5. So if people want to come and talk about things on the county level, I implore you to come to that budget hearing because, once again, there are some people that look like me, but a lot of times people that look like me or come from our communities do not come out to the public budget meeting. It will be all 18 supervisors. We are not talking. We are just listening to what the community wants and the priorities. And so usually after that meeting, people can go back and do some type of amendments for the budget. I just want people to know, too, that in this budget, when we were given, and there was no extra money. So any amendment you make out of this budget, you're going to cut something else. So I want people to understand that's how the budget works. There is no money hidden anywhere. And even at the county, too, I've been putting it on Facebook. I know I'm here for the state. There are going to be at least 10 bus routes that are eliminated and more that are modified because we do not have the funding federally or from the state to sustain these buses, and they are very vital to people who utilize them every day for work, for school, for doctor's appointments, for going to the store. And so once again, I implore you to either send it in or see who's your rep. If you contact my office on that side, not the state side, I can help you know who's your supervisor. But if you can come out to that meeting tonight, I think we'll even be live. It'll be very important so you know what's going on within the county.
Where's that meeting at?
At the Domes. Once again, it's at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. You don't have to sign up to come. You just come. If you want to speak, you can sign up to speak. If you don't want to speak, you can just come to hear it as well, too. So that is something very important. That budget has to be passed by November. Just into some legal qualifications. And so that means after this budget meeting, we go back into amendments for 2 more days. And after that, we have to pass a budget regardless of what it looks like.
Right. So let your voice be heard.
Please, please.
Get outside. Let your voice be heard. Somebody said that in the chat, they're saying that the detox center, don't Vin Baker have the same detox center? How's that facility working out? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Vin Baker one.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know how that facility is doing. I know it opened last year.
Is that the one at Serenity?
I thought this was downtown somewhere.
No, the Vin Baker Center is on. It's in your your neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's not down. Yeah, you're talking about something.
But it was created by by folks. To be able to be an access point. For folks to be able to detox. And I don't know, they haven't released any data on how successful they've been over the past year, but that doesn't mean that the one that folks are protesting.
The one is more public facing.
Yeah.
I would say that one.
Okay.
And that one may have different criterias and qualifications, but the one that they're protesting now is more of a public one where people have access and utilize it. And so we want dollars to go into that one. The other one, if I'm believing the one that the groundbreaking on, not saying it's not for the public, but it's more of a private entity versus what we're talking about, a public government entity. And so
that they need.
Yeah, they're governed by different roles and stuff that they can do or the access to people that they utilize or see.
True. And a private entity can deny care, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I want to go into another conversation that's been a hot topic, cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabis in the state of Wisconsin. A lot of people, I guess they say cannabis, but we say weed, right? I mean, is it the weed or is it cannabis?
So
they've been trying to legalize trying to legalize the weed. I'm just going to say the weed, but it's cannabis, I guess. Cannabis. It's all cannabis, right?
Yeah.
So my office.
Darren is working on some policy now.
Yeah. So my office, since I was sworn in last session, has been leading on cannabis legalization in the state of Wisconsin, and doing that in a way that both makes it legal both medically and recreationally, while also giving expungement to folks who have been incarcerated.
Because if we go do that, we need to go back and change some records.
Yeah, and then what a lot of states have also done is created a access point for what we refer, the creative term we say is legacy entrepreneurs.
Yes.
But as we know, folks who deal in the streets, right?
Right.
Folks who were in the industry illegally, who were incarcerated.
Street pharmacists.
Yeah, straight up. They should be able to access this industry first because we know how much the incarceration as it relates to cannabis has harmed our communities.
Right.
And if there's going to be a profit that's generated from
Let's
cannabis
not leave
sales,
community of colors out.
Yeah.
I agree.
No state,
because many times we get it after it's been stepped on.
Yeah.
So California actually made their order people create a committee for communities of color. And they're leading in some stuff with cannabis, and I'll let Madison talk about it more because it's his thing. But they made them create this task force to ensure that communities of color were not left out of it and can do the profits, because we also know if it does become legal, we know that they can put in different criterias or restrictions that oftentimes will hurt us.
Requirements that you can't meet.
Other people are able to benefit largely from this, and the communities of colors are still like...
You got to have a master's degree.
Well, not even
just messing with
legally.
you.
I'm just saying something like your background,
So check it.
Yeah.
You can't be a felon or something.
No state has done this right.
No.
Like California has done some really good things, but it has not done it right.
It's not perfect,
Chicago has not done it right. Colorado has not done it right. Michigan, Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
None of them have done the expungement piece and giving folks access to the model right. Because one, the licensing.
Yeah.
Right. When it costs you $30,000 to $50,000 to get a distribution license.
Yeah.
When it costs you $100,000, right, to set up a facility, the way that
that ain't even getting the product.
Right.
No.
That's not even getting the product.
So we know who is geared to.
So when the barrier to entry is $1 million.
Yeah.
Right. To be able to sell, to grow, to process cannabis or marijuana or weed, right? We know we use all these different terms to describe it. It never hits our community.
No.
Because we don't have them when this industry will come into place. We won't have $1 million in our pockets drop in. But
it's like trying to get a house.
Yeah.
You know who will?
Them corporations.
Precisely.
Yes.
And they will saturate the field at ASAP.
And they'll make it like, I won't say a different company, but they'll make it like a company we have now that's the only person you really can buy from, right? Yeah. Like the only person you really
they monopolize.
They'll monopolize it, and we know that's something that we need to be on the forefront of and not be reactive when it happens and say only if we could have. So I'm so thankful for Representative Madison for all the work he's doing with this.
That's powerful.
So real quick, in our bill that we'll be introducing in the coming weeks, because Republicans are trying to legalize cannabis too, medically, and they're trying to create the most restrictive medical cannabis program in the country. That's their goal, right?
Yes.
Our bill creates those real access points so that folks can make the medical choice that they want to, but two, access recreational cannabis. Understanding that folks are lacing cannabis, right, and leading to people's deaths.
Right.
The best way to navigate laced products is a regulated market.
Yes.
Right? If folks can know that the product that they're using is safe, tested, and coming from a trusted business, you're saving lives.
Yeah.
You're saving lives. So that's what our legislation's doing. It'll generate revenue. It'll help us fill some of the bigger federal gaps that
and
we're
it'll bring in more money.
Yeah.
For the state and the city and the local
when we talk
governments.
about deficits, right? Here's a way for us to allow money to be reallocated to places that need it, right? Mm-hmm. So when we're talking about SNAP and Medicaid and housing, right, and they're saying where are we going to get money from? Because to be honest, we're at the point where it's either increasing the sales tax or a wheel tax, and we don't even want it, right? Like, I don't even want it, but when we think about other ways of revenue, at this point now, those are the only two ways we can increase revenue, is a sales tax and a wheel tax.
But you're draining the,
No, I'm not saying I want to do it, but
what I'm saying is Milwaukee has 40% blacks.
Yes.
And we got the most taxes.
Yes.
Out of all the areas in the state of Wisconsin.
Yes.
Matter of fact, they got benefits and we got tax. So what's going on here? Like, it's discriminatory practices going on.
We need to figure out other ways that we can bring in revenue, and cannabis is one of those, right?
True.
And we're open to hearing about other things that we can do, but we know that can be a proven factor to say this is going to bring millions, because guess what? Our neighbors, Minnesota is getting it, Michigan is getting it, Chicago is getting it, right? They're even probably getting the revenues from Wisconsinites. In our
last physical estimate from the Legislative Reference Bureau for our bill, it was $138 million in its first year.
Yes.
And that's when, if we had passed the bill that we had introduced last session in October, we would have had $180 million by the end of the year.
Yes.
So in 3 months, October, November, December, we'd have garnered $180 million. Imagine an entire year of cannabis sales in the state of Wisconsin.
That's 3 months, like
right?
a quarter.
that would generate a substantial amount of revenue that municipalities can benefit from, counties can benefit from, the state can benefit from, and we can talk about how we meet critical needs. Right? We have a housing stock gap.
Yes.
Right? Over 300,000 homes need to be built in Wisconsin so that folks have access to housing right now.
Right now.
And we say, where do we get the money from that? Right there.
Yeah.
Well, it's sounding powerful. I hope that it all goes through. Milwaukee need to have first dibs on whatever they do with the weed because we got mass incarceration going on. We need
That's
pardons.
What I said. We finna do
we
it.
need a lot of those things.
I'm all for it. And this family don't even smoke it, but I understand the benefit.
Start here. I don't even smoke it.
No, I'm saying I understand the benefit.
And I do understand the benefit,
like,
right?
Hey, why you want that? I understand.
Well,
I'm with you on that.
We need it.
The good thing is you got somebody from Milwaukee leading the conversation.
Yes.
Well, that's powerful.
If I got anything to say about it, that means we will get something that we deserve. Because at the end of the day, in that building, Milwaukee is constantly left behind.
All the time.
And we're often, as legislators and folks from Milwaukee, we're often left out of the conversation, even as elected officials.
They build walls quick when you say Milwaukee.
Man, but we got a seat at the table for that.
Yeah.
Well, look, we got to run a break. I'm going to get y'all final thoughts when we get back.
Absolutely.
What y'all feel like the community need to know, and how can we keep up with y'all and y'all causes?
Absolutely.
Once again, we got Rep. Taylor, 11th Assembly District, and we got Rep. Madison, 10th Assembly District right here in the studio. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
Tip-Off Week is more than just the start of Bucks basketball. It's the start of a new season of memories. The raucous crowd, the thrill of every bucket, and the spectacular moments you'll talk about all year long. Whether you come with family, friends, or coworkers, we're all in for cheering Fear the Deer. Nothing compares to the energy of Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action from the very beginning. Get your tickets now at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
Steinhoffel's Black Friday sale is back, and these deals are too good to wait. Snag huge savings right now, like any size Sealy mattress for just $99, beautiful dining tables and sofas for only $4.99, and a stylish queen bed for only $5.99. Plus, enjoy 36 months, 0% financing. That's 3 full years of interest-free payments. Don't wait for Black Friday. Save big today at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffels.com. Join us for the Greater Milwaukee Urban League's annual Black and White Ball on November 1st at the Bear Center. This elegant evening supports vital programs in employment, education, and economic opportunity for our community. Enjoy an unforgettable performance by national recording artist Sean Hinton, and step out in your finest black and white attire and be part of something transformative. It's not too late to be a sponsor or reserve your seats by visiting gmul.org. That is gmul.org. The Black and White Ball, building brighter futures together.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Once again, salute to my guests in studio. We got Rep. Taylor, 11th Assembly District, and Rep. Madison, 10th Assembly District in studio.
Yeah.
Shaquana, Darian, I want to get y'all final thoughts. How can people keep up with what y'all doing, and what do y'all want the community to know?
Absolutely. So I have a Facebook page. I think I have some other social media. My office handles it, but it's Representative Shaquana Taylor. If you put Shaquana Taylor Rep or Shaquana Taylor, Google, it'll bring up my website, my phone number, and my email address. But I can give the phone number 608-237-9311. Please, if you call our office, we'll ask if you want to be on our newsletter update. I send it out monthly about what's going on and some of the events that I have. What I want to leave you with is also we are part of the Wisconsin Black Legislative Caucus. I'm the vice chair. Senator Dora Drake is the chair. We have been visiting around the state of Wisconsin. I'm talking to individuals about what does a black legislative agenda look like in leadership. Right, and we'll be in Beloit this Thursday. We've been to 4 other places. 3 more have called us, so we're trying to see how to make it happen. We also have an event November 8th. It's a leadership summit where we're doing different workshops, giving out information, but we're just not doing the workshops to do them. Out of these workshops, we're trying to produce policies that create changes, right, with the community at the forefront and us helping with the advocacy and legislation part of that. The other thing is this October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. As a survivor, I want you guys to make sure you tap into events that's happening. DV does not just happen in the month of October. It is not a black issue. It's not a social economic issue. It is not a zip code issue. It's 1 in every 4 women, and stats are 1 in 8 or 1 in 10 men. Men can also be victims of domestic violence. Children are not just witnesses. They are also victims, because if a child ever had to live in a household with that, please, while you're getting your self-help and assistance, make sure we're helping them children as well, too. I have an event at the Capitol. It is October 30th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is the first Domestic Violence Legislative Advocacy Day. Please contact my office if you want to be a part or find out more what we're doing. We are also pushing the Purple Alert. If Wisconsin passes this, we'll be the first state. The Purple Alert is similar to the Silver and the Green, but it is for domestic violence survivors who have gone missing. We are also trying to incorporate something in place for a person that has escaped, do not need to be found. So we are working on that legislative piece. But Wisconsin, we can lead this, right? I got this resolution, and it's an amendment from a mother who lost her daughter. And when they did the autopsy, they found out the time frame was during the same time frame she was trying to get a missing persons report. And because the daughter was an adult, we have a wait period that is through the state of Wisconsin, right? So please, let's make sure that we stop DV, right? Like, if you know someone that's going through it, let's be a helping hand. I can send information to you about some of the other work I worked on with DV. I believe my story can help. If it helps save one life, then I've did my due diligence of telling my story. So thank you for this opportunity. There's a lot of work more that we're doing. We'll love to come back and bring other members of the Black Caucus and just tell you what that work looks like as well.
Oh, I welcome that.
Thank you.
We got to make sure we have the conversations with everybody.
Yes.
That's working on our behalf.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thank you.
Very similar, right? I can be found on all social media. Just look up Darren Madison. Either Google me or find me on social media, or find me on all social media platforms. And I'm super accessible. Yeah. I also have coffee hours at Kumba Juice in the River West, in the Harambe neighborhood. In Shorewood, I have it at Collectivo. And then in Glendale, I have it at Stone Creek Coffee, and it rotates every 3 weeks on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So come talk to me about policy whenever. I'm also working on a 2% fixed energy bill rate for all people, right? Right now, The Public Service Commission is raising energy prices.
So high.
And every time We Energy says we want a little bit more money, the Public
Everybody
Service
wants a
Commission
little bit more money now.
says yes. And who pays the most? We do.
Right.
Businesses get a better energy rate than people in the state. So a fixed 2% energy rate is something we'll be introducing in November alongside cannabis legalization. So follow the policy, show up, hit up your legislators, so we can make some stuff shake.
And what have we not discussed that you want the community to know about moving forward with the Black community? What do we need to know?
For one, pardons and expungement. We know this governor is leaving in less than 2 years. The pardon process is 18 months already. So if you are eligible for a pardon or you think you are, please get your information and paperwork in. We don't know what it means for the next governor. Hopefully they want to keep it going. But if not, we didn't have a pardon board for almost a decade. Right. And there's thousands of individuals right now with the pardon board. We talked about housing. We know there's a housing crisis. All of us are having conversations on housing and what does that look like. Cannabis can help us with the 300,000 houses that we need, right? We talked about that as well, too. We talked about SNAP, Medicaid. Child care is another one. I know we don't have time, but child care is so critical within our communities, right? And so we need to hit on child care as well, too. I know it's probably a plethora of other informations, but I know those are the constant 5 things we hear regardless of where we go throughout this state.
And real quick, right now, like Saquana said, the government won't save you.
No.
We need to be, especially as a community, building systems of mutual aid.
Yes.
Mutual aid has helped us throughout every major struggle that our people has navigated. So we need to be as neighbors, as community members, saying what systems we need to set up. Hey, we got kids who need childcare. Who works from home?
Yes.
We got folks who need food because, like I said earlier, school meal programs will not have the money to continue to sustain giving kids school meals starting next week too.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Right. So that means that parents in neighborhoods we need to feed the kids.
Yes.
And then 3, we need to make sure that we are looking at how we support each other when folks are navigating transportation issues as buses go away.
Yes.
And our housing
bus routes are getting cut.
Right. And our foregoing housing crisis. Right. This is year 1 of a presidency and that has a long path to continue to be taking resources out of communities. That means that we need to be coming together stronger to do what we need to do to take care of each other.
Well, thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate you. Everything y'all trying to do, Rep. Shaquana Taylor, Rep. Madison. I appreciate you. 10th and 11th District in studio today. And come back. I want to talk about more of the things that are going on in the community as well.
Yes.
And we got to make sure that we keep people up to date on what we need to do moving forward.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. We'll be back. Thank you guys for this opportunity. Remember tonight, if you can come to that county public budget meeting at the Domes at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5.
Truth Nation. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. Stay tapped in.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., where strong voices meet strong opinions.
Tell your kids who were supposed to be the 7th generation that Paw Paw's an idiot because Paw Paw decided he wanted to be Make America Great, but meanwhile, the Chinese ain't buying soybeans from us no more because of policies Donald Trump put in, and they voted for us. You know, I don't know what we're going to do. I know what you should have did. You should have voted for somebody that wasn't going to put tariffs out there. I love God, but God can't save you from nonsense. You don't deserve a bailout. You can't sit here and vote one way, and then when your economy gets decimated, your way of life gets destroyed, you want to pray to God? God didn't tell you to go to that poll and vote against your own best interest. That was your own damn problem. That was you. But don't ask for prayer when you block your own blessing. That's why I don't feel bad for these farmers. You voted for this, and now you reap what you sow.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, every weekday from 12 to 1. Streaming live on YouTube and on 1017 The Truth.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. A Waukesha County jury has found a former Planet Fitness employee guilty of child sexual exploitation. Prosecutors say 42-year-old Maurice King committed the crime at the Pewaukee gym back in 2024. The jury acquitted King of child enticement, and 2 other charges were dismissed with prejudice, meaning that they can't be refiled. Investigators say the victim was 16 years old at the time and told police she encountered King while visiting the gym late at night. King is scheduled to be sentenced in December. If those fake loan calls won't stop, state officials say don't take the bait. Michelle Ryan with DatCap says scammers use fake caller IDs and pushy tactics to steal your personal information.
Scammers are telling a consumer you are pre-qualified for a loan, and then they offer to submit an application on their behalf. They use this high-pressure tactic to convince the consumer to provide private information like that social security number, bank account details, and even a name with a date of birth. We hope you just ignore the call.
Ryan says reporting the calls helps investigators track where the scams are in Wisconsin. A Milwaukee man is charged with killing 3 people in one night. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Michael Williams faces 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for shootings that happened October 19th. Police say Marcus Smith and Sandy Lee were killed near 27th and Atkinson, but Kendrick Robbie was found dead about an hour later near 31st and Glendale. Shell casings from both scenes came from the same gun. He's being held on a $1 million bond and could face life if convicted. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And salute to everybody that came out for trunk and treats at Midtown. It was powerful over the weekend. But there was other stuff going on over the weekend. The one event for the kids went off powerful. It was a great time.
The kids had a great time. The parents, a lot of the community members, a lot of Truth Nation came out. But I saw something where the Brady Street, if you watch this rebroadcast live, we got the peanut butter and jelly time with me and Elizabeth Brown and the community members that came out. It was powerful. It was a great event. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some pictures up. But on Brady Street, there was something going on that they had to shut it down a little early. We got some video on this, some audio on this if you're watching this rebroadcast live. Let's listen.
The Nightman for Halloween celebration turned hectic on Saturday. Thousands came out to celebrate the holiday on Brady Street, but it became much busier than your typical night out. Police records show 13 calls for service on Brady Street from 10 p.m. Saturday to 3 o'clock Sunday morning.
It was really hard to get around because, the sidewalk's so narrow and there's just hundreds of people everywhere. So it was hard to get around. We lost our friends a few times, but yeah, it was tough.
Robert Stevenson was visiting Milwaukee this weekend, but as crowds grew, Milwaukee police decided to close down the street around 1 a.m., over an hour before many bars and late-night restaurants typically shut their doors.
I thought it was hectic. I didn't feel like it was too dangerous. Maybe just the people in the streets, it's like the cars coming by and stuff.
Hectic behavior stretching to some local businesses.
They're making too much noise, and we have customers sitting down, so you're just making us look bad.
Amr Farr's family runs Shawarma Palace. His restaurant decided to close at 10:30, well before MPD asked businesses to do so. For a business that thrives on the late-night crowd, it's a hard decision to make.
Just thinking how much we could have made today, because today was Halloween, just like New Year's, we had to close early. We lost out on a lot of money today because of, the trouble that was caused in the business.
TMJ4 reached out to the Brady Street Business Improvement District and 3rd District Alderman Alex Brower, hoping to ask about any measures taken to prepare for the celebration. Neither could accommodate an interview. Milwaukee police did not respond to questions about if any tickets were issued or if any arrests were made. Farr hopes next Halloween is different.
Don't go in businesses causing trouble and making us want to close early. We're supposed to stay open, but we have to close early. We don't want to deal with all this trouble.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. I understand why the police had to shut it down if it was getting a little too chaotic, because you don't want to crowd up. They got ahead of it. That's what you really want to do. You want to get ahead of it, kind of like they do Juneteenth. Like soon as 3:30 come, it's time to go. They have Juneteenth now shut down by 4 o'clock and the streets cleaned out by 4 o'clock. So I don't see nothing wrong with this, just to make sure. Sometimes you got to get out while the getting is good. Sometimes you got to get out while you're ahead. That's why when we was doing trunk and treats, once we, got to a certain point, I was like, it's time to shut it down. It's Milwaukee. You gotta, we had a great event. Let's not hang around. Let's get this thing shut down and let's keep it moving to the next event. A lot of people get to hanging around, loitering, drunk, talking crazy at some of these street events where it's a lot of bars. Next thing you know, a fight break out. Then, you got this whole mob of people, and involved in a negative situation. And I think we saw that at Summerfest this year and at several events this year. So it's better to just close it down, shut it down. So salute. And I'm just happy. If the only problem is a restaurant saying it was too noisy, first of all, it's a street festival. So what you thought? That's why I didn't understand what the restaurant owner was saying, that, okay, it was a lot of noise. It's a street festival. You're not going to have it's not going to be quiet. So I didn't understand that. But like I said, nobody got injured. Nobody got hurt. I'm good with them shutting down early. I'm good with that. What they said, they started shutting down at 1 o'clock. Most bars shut down around 2? No, let's just get out of here while the getting is good. There's a lot of people out here. All of a sudden, y'all know when it get late, they say the freaks come out at night. Well, it's Halloween, so it's extra freaky. Extra spooky. It can get spooky on Halloween now. Some folks out there, that's why we had the event for the kids, because some grown folks ain't got no sense. And, before they can take effect, you got to shut it down. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that. And once again, salute to everybody that got out here and had a great time and did the right things. But it only take a few bad apples
It only take a few bad apples to spoil it. Also, there was a shooting over last weekend that took place. I want to talk about this shooting. Once again, there's a lot of tragedy going on. There was a shooting over this past weekend where several people got injured. Now somebody is facing charges. They're having the court. They got somebody in custody. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. I want to hear the charges and what's going on with this situation. I want to give everybody an update. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video. Let's listen.
3 victims, 2 crime scenes, and 1 man who prosecutors say is responsible.
I really don't, it hurts. It hurts that a lot of this could have been prevented.
26-year-old Michael Williams is now charged with 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Prosecutors say at around 9:30 Sunday night, he shot and killed 64-year-old Marcus Smith and 50-year-old Sandra Lee on the sidewalk near 27th and Atkinson. Roughly an hour after that, around 10:30 that night, investigators say he then shot another man who was sitting in a car near 31st and Cortland. That man, 44-year-old LaKendrick Robbie, died at the scene.
That was my Uncle KK. He was willing to do almost any and everything for me and my sister.
Officers arrested Williams Sunday night, and the complaint says during that he stated that he, quote, did the city a favor. Court filings say with the help of witness interviews and surveillance video, prosecutors were able to charge Williams in connection to both shootings. They also detailed that Williams' family told detectives he'd been struggling with mental health, threatening people, and acting erratic.
It had been a time where he took us school shopping to go back to school.
As victims' families still wonder why their loved one was targeted.
All right. See, now when I see stuff like this, you wonder how these people with these mental health issues, how they get access to guns, or nobody in the family don't, if you know somebody that's, have mental health problems and they holding a gun, I mean, is this something we could do, I mean, you can't tell me that nobody didn't know that this young man had issues. Sound like he was turned into a serial killer. We got some reaction from family members. They're speaking out against what took place from this incident, from the same incident that happened on 27th and Atkinson. A sad situation. Family is speaking out. We got video on this. Let's listen.
You killed my brother for no reason. And I'm very mad, and I'm hurt, because there's no reason for you to do that. I seen videos, and you killed him for nothing.
A sister's emotional message for Michael Williams, the 26-year-old arrested and accused of murdering her beloved brother, Marcus Smith, and 2 others Sunday night.
I want him to get the maximum sentence. Whatever, if they could give him 500 years, I want him to get the maximum sentence. The maximum.
Surveillance video shows the first shooting near 27th and Atkinson after police say Williams shot Smith and then chased the second victim, Sandra Lee, with a gun and then shot her. Video then shows what police say is Williams' shadow as he repeatedly beats her.
I don't understand, and I'm hurt to my soul. My big brother is gone.
Williams is charged with 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. If convicted, he could face life in prison. Something Miss Smith says will never be enough to give true justice to her brother and the 2 others killed.
He mean the world to me.
See.
And it's crazy. And he gone.
Folks out here taking innocent life, causing pain. This is why I tell everybody, this is our fight. This is the fight we got to fight. People out here harming innocent life, we cannot tolerate it. We cannot harbor them. We got to disassociate ourselves with people that's out here acting reckless with lives. And if it's an innocent life today, it's your life tomorrow. This is where we got to change that mentality of y'all talking about, we ain't going to tell because we don't want to do this and we don't want to snitch and all. Like, no. Like I said, you don't want nobody, you ain't going to do it until it's your family. Until it happen to your family, then you're going to call Tory Lowe. But last week you was no snitching. Now you want the whole community to come forward for your family. No, let's get out of that mind frame. Let's hit the reset button on this, and let's begin to fight from within. Let's begin to fight from within. Let's begin to identify dangerous
family members and friends. That's something that we can do. We got to turn the table on that. Big Brewer said, folks is on this new weed. Folks is on this new weed. I don't know what it is. But at the end of the day, if y'all see somebody y'all know they ain't got it all in the family with a pistol, that's the first red flag. They holding the pistol and then they ain't got it all. Y'all know y'all friends and family ain't got it all, and y'all riding around with them and they got the pistol on them and they ain't got a job. All right, look, we got to run the break, but before we run the break, it's about that time.
One call, that's all.
All right, now it's your chance to be entered into our Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway. One call, that's all. Caller number 10 right now will be entered in to win our $5,000 giveaway, courtesy of Gruber Law Office right here on 101.7 The Truth. Call 833-212-1017. That's 833-212-1017. And caller number 10 will be entered in to win our Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway. And if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, give Gruber Law Offices a call. If you want more information, go to 1017thetruth.com. Caller number 10 right now will be entered in to win our 5K giveaway, 833-212-1017.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
Hey, Journey team, it's me, Coach Erica. The clock is ticking. Are you being intentional each day? Is your mindset in the right place? Are you financially planning for your future? Do you have life insurance? What are you waiting on? Allow me to assist you on your journey to success. Visit EricaOdomJourney.com today or email me at ericaodom@odomhomes.com. Let's take this next step together. Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Look, we got Candy on the lines. Candy is calling in. She wants to discuss a lot of this with what's going on with the mental health. And, it's just a lot of serious situations going on. And they even saying that a detox center may be in jeopardy of closing where people can get some rehabilitation. But a lot of the resources for mental health, when you actually going through the crisis, many times I ask, what can we do about that? But we got Candy on the lines. How you doing, Candy?
Hello, Tory.
Blessings, Queen.
Blessings to you too as well, dear sir. I was just calling in because this mental health thing has affected me personally, with some family members and friends, actually. The thing about it is, it's so difficult to get the help that the loved one needs until they do something like kill somebody, or hurt somebody. Years ago, it used to be where you could take your loved one, to the county and say, hey, they're having some issues or whatever, but it was abused because men that wanted to cheat were committing their wives and so they could go and have a weekend fling.
Oh, wow.
So and that's one of the reasons that, you can't do it anymore because there were so many people that really weren't mentally ill. I think if they come up with something where you have multiple signatures or multiple people saying, hey, this person needs some assistance. This person is not right upstairs. Like my son suffers from some mental health issues and just went to the doctor the other day because, when they're manic, they don't think anything is wrong with them.
Right.
And because he's an adult, I have no say in how they treat him or what they Now, the doctor just took his word for it when he said, I'm fine.
Right, because he didn't want to really do no real work.
I couldn't believe it.
He didn't want to do the real work to try to check out and see what was really going on.
Exactly, because, they don't want people on the assistance that they need anyway, those that really need it, and he really needs it. He went there and told them that there was nothing wrong with him. And so the doctor said, okay, we're not giving you any medicine.
Oh, wow.
And didn't give him any pills. And I had to say to my son, I said, son, I'm looking at you. I've been watching you all day. I pay attention to you because you're mine.
Right.
And I know you're struggling. And he couldn't say a word because he knew he was struggling. Because there's a look that they have, and I know that doctor saw that. They can't keep their focus really good when they're struggling, when they're laboring in their psychosis. There's a look, it's a glazed over look that they can't blink out of, And I was watching him while I was talking to it, trying to focus on what I was saying to him.
Wow.
I said, you're on the lowest dosage. Just because you're on the lowest dosage doesn't mean that you don't need it. What it means is you're on the lowest dosage, and that's the dosage that you need.
Wow. So what eventually ended up happening?
Nothing. I just had this conversation with him yesterday. There's nothing I can do.
Wow. I always say there's a lot of talk about mental health, but there's nothing when the crisis takes place.
Yeah, unless something. Now, when he was diagnosed years ago, and he attacked me. That's why they took him then. But again,
so he had to attack you first. He had to attack you first for something to happen. So the police had to come.
Yes.
And many times the police will harm the person while they're going through the crisis as well, if they don't have the CTI training.
But Exactly. But I was blessed because they sent somebody who actually has a degree, an officer that had a degree in psychology. And when she was a female, and they sent 2 officers that they asked me on the phone what was my son's stature. And I told them, and they sent 2 officers that were about his same size, so he wouldn't feel intimidated, you know what I'm saying? And she, as I was talking to her while he was standing there, to let him know, hey, they're not here to hurt you, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And they took him away peacefully, you know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
I was the villain.
It was just I think it was someone that recently made the news, a mother where her daughter beat her in the head with a rock recently in the backyard, and she had been calling the police and the institutions, but since it wasn't a physical thing that happened toward her, they kept letting her out, and then eventually happened where she ended up taking her mother's life. And we just had that story about 2 weeks ago when we played this story. So, like I said, you're right. I mean, you're talking from your own personal experience, but your life was in danger.
Yeah, and my girlfriend, her son is in Mendota right now for taking somebody's life because he has some mental health issues.
Wow.
And there's nothing that we can do about it, you know, because they're adults. When he was young and I didn't know what was going on, you know, when he finally was diagnosed at 18, you know, they kind of helped me trick him at the hospital so he could get the help that he needed. Wow. And he did at the time, you know. But, again, once he's out and released, he can do what he wants to do. And thank goodness he's not as severe as a lot of people that I see, but he's severe enough to where I can tell when he's not in his right mind, and I can see him literally trying to get it together because he knows something is off, but he thinks he can maintain. I'm like, son, you can't keep a job. Well, I know he's a hard worker.
Well, that's why I say, like, when people have mental health issues and they're going through episodes, I mean, if they got a weapon, that's the first thing you need to take the weapon from them, you know.
Exactly.
Get the weapon away from them because it may not end up right with them in that mind frame. So we just got to be a little bit more. I mean, and then you put yourself in danger dealing with people in that state where they are having the crisis. So
exactly.
Here we go. I appreciate you for coming on and sharing.
And I know that he has no recollection of what he did to me years ago. And when I said oh my God, he got so upset when he was on that medication, and I was trying to explain to him, I didn't do that. I would never do that. And I know you would. I'm saying, son, I know you would never do that in your right mind.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Candy, for tapping in. I appreciate everything that you told Truth Nation. This is a real serious subject matter that I've been talking to a lot of people about what happens when you had a crisis. We got Brian on the lines. Brian, how you doing, Brian?
How you doing? And I just want to say a few things. This mental health thing, we're missing the mark on this. This is not really mental health for our youth or anybody acting that way. It's a demonic. I know people don't want to hear that. It's a demonic Satan takeover. It's levels to this. I see these young folks that she's talking about. I see them every day because I have to come down here and do business down here. So I see how they act, and I see the glazed over look in their eyes. I see them 1,000-yard stares. And a lot of times, well, most of the time, the ones that have I'm not going to stop calling them mental problems. I'm going to just call it what it is. The ones that have this demonic possession, those are the ones that know how to wait and pick their time when they have an advantage and they have a weapon. The other ones that still have a soul, those are the ones that the parents send to treatment centers over and over again, and sometimes they're doing good and sometimes they're doing right. But the ones that take that extra step and kill folks like this fool did that they caught, these are the ones that have completely been taken over, and they have no no more soul. So it's levels to this. I don't believe in mental health because the ones that have the mental health problems, they don't go for treatment in the first place, which is why these places are losing money and going out of business. I heard that Ben Baker's mental health center is being shut down.
Oh, wow.
Go figure.
I haven't heard that.
That's what I heard.
Oh, wow. I have to look into
that means these demons are artful dodgers. And it just so happens with our black folks that love to do weed so much, it opens you up to these demons that have been put out here. And they're just looking for the easiest method to get into these kids' bodies and to make them act stupid. And anytime you're under influence, and because of our culture is so geared up to everybody doing weed, especially in the city of Milwaukee.
Wow. Brian, you just said a mouthful. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. We got to run the break. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl DT from The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. Now listen, at a critical time, through the Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, Old National Bank provided the resources I needed to sustain my business. Now the process had its challenges, but I was supported, and it was also an invaluable learning experience for future ventures. I am so grateful for the support that helped my business thrive. Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
The American Cancer Society is launching Voices of Black Women, the largest ever study focused on Black women's health. This groundbreaking initiative is aimed at understanding health conditions like cancer so we can learn how to improve overall health among Black women. If you're a Black woman between 25 and 55 with no history of cancer, you can join by completing an online survey and short follow-ups twice a year. Your voice matters, because together we can uncover the root causes of cancer disparities and build a healthier future for generations to come. Learn more and enroll today at voices.cancer.org.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
You ever notice how the phrase 9 to 5 sounds just so old school? That's because in 2025, the 9 to 5 is as outdated as a rotary phone. Let's be real. The world has changed, and the way we work has changed with it. The gig economy is booming. Folks are making money on their own terms, driving Ubers, delivering DoorDash, freelancing, and side hustling their way to the bag. And then there's the work-from-home revolution. People are clocking in from their kitchen tables, their favorite coffee shops, or even the beach. Laptops open, pajamas on, productivity up. The virtual office is now the new corner office, and the only commute is from the bed to the desk. Let's not forget about the digital nomads, those bold souls who turn the world into their workplace. They're sending emails from Bali, closing deals in Barcelona, and living life on their own schedule. No time clock, no cubicle, just Wi-Fi and a dream. And 21st century entrepreneurship, well, it's a whole new game. You can launch a business from your phone, build a brand on Instagram, and make more in a week than some folks do in a month without even punching a clock. So who's still working that old 9 to 5 job? People who are resistant to change or maybe just can't adapt. The future belongs to the flexible, the creative, the hustlers who know how to make technology work for them. The 9 to 5, well, that's a museum piece. The real action is happening outside the box, where freedom and opportunity are just a click away.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. The Trump administration has been putting a lot of pressure on big cities when it comes to crime, and Chicago is one of those cities in the crosshairs. Ariel Investments is based in Chicago, and founder and chairman John Rogers tells Bloomberg that the picture summer painting of crime in Chicago isn't true because of the work of its local leaders.
We've had extraordinary leaders here who've worked to build our city back from times where it was somewhat troubled. But we know Mayor Johnson's done a great job. J.B. Pritzker's done a great job. Former Secretary of Education Education, Arnie Duncan, with his CRED program, the Anti-Violence Initiative, have made a major difference. And our business community, our civic committee, headed up by Derek Douglas, everyone's come together.
The Trump administration's attempts to send troops to Chicago have been met with significant pushback from those same local leaders that Rogers highlighted. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Happy Victory Monday to all those who celebrate a nice Packer win. They went to Pittsburgh and showed out against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Coach LaFleur on Jordan Love.
How he carries himself. He just is so confident. He's a great teammate. He encourages the other guys. He's a hell of a leader.
Packers return to Lambeau next week to face the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs lose their first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but an outstanding performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. 40 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks and steals to be exact. They return to Pfizer on Tuesday to face the New York Knicks. Badger Volleyball beats the Oregon Ducks in 4 sets this weekend, moving their record to 15-3. They now will face the #1 team in the nation, Nebraska, on Friday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. As we wait to get Elizabeth Brown in on the V-Mix or on the lines, there's a story that I want to discuss. 200 teacher sexual misconduct grooming cases shielded from the public. This is what they're saying. This article came out October 15th. They're saying that 200 teacher sexual misconduct grooming cases were shielded from the public. I don't know what's going on, but we got some video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. I told y'all that grooming thing's serious, and now they're saying 200 teachers was caught up in the grooming. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video. Let's listen.
There are 3 ways to discipline a problem educator. The school can fire them, the state can revoke the teacher's license, and/or prosecutors can charge them with a crime.
Grooming is a real problem.
But Kenosha's police chief says it can be hard to bring charges.
What do you do when you see a picture, like in this Enright case, with an individual in a towel?
Lawmakers have questions about what the state's doing.
I don't understand where there's confusion. Do we have to explicitly write the word grooming in this law?
The state's top elected education leader last week wrote, the statutory definition of immoral conduct does not currently include grooming.
State Superintendent of Public Instruction Jill Underly was invited to testify in this committee room today. She didn't show up, and that led to bipartisan criticism.
I'm disappointed that Dr. Underly is not here today.
Underly didn't have to show up. And on Thursday, she was accepting an alumni award at her alma mater, Indiana University.
And I guess she just couldn't find it important enough to be accountable to the public.
Other Department of Public Instruction leaders did attend. They admit DPI will end an investigation if the educator voluntarily gives up their license. DPI says that leads to a binding lifetime ban on their ability to teach, and it gets reported to a national database. This all comes in the wake of the Cap Times report, saying public records show the state investigated 200 educators over a 5-year span for allegations of grooming and sexual misconduct against students.
When the department is made aware of grooming behavior, we use any authority that we can find to get that teacher out of the classroom.
The committee chairwoman says in the future she'll introduce a bill to define grooming as a crime.
All right. We'll be joined by Elizabeth Brown here on the V-Mix. She got the wrong name. We're gonna have to get that fixed. That's Elizabeth Brown. But Elizabeth, you got 200 teachers. They're saying grooming cases. They shield from the public. Just teachers in Wisconsin. This sounds like some kind of Brady list.
Absolutely. Again, how is it kept from the community? You know, how is it kept from those of us who are being taxed? Again, we talked about this before when they were saying that your child, if I had a son, he can be at school and they can call him by a girl's name, and the parents didn't have to tell the parents. Again, this is sick. Is very, and again, we really have to look at the overlay of these schools and the systems that would hide the fact that it's that many teachers who have been caught grooming. And I'm quite sure the numbers that they give us is not the exact number. I can guarantee you it's more. Because one thing for sure and two for certain, if they didn't tell us about 200, how many more others that we don't know about?
Oh, wow. Well, like I said, they said they didn't even got grooming in the language as a crime. They got it as moral behavior, but every day they say when kids get on these little games they playing, get on social media, they're saying that child enticement is like over 500,000 predators online a day.
Absolutely.
And then you got 200 teachers in the state of Wisconsin where at least this is what the information that they've given us.
That they telling us.
That they telling us, right. And you don't have this in the language as a crime?
Of course not. Because again, it's a slippery slope. Anytime you're dealing with anything sexual, like I was telling you, there was a point in time where if your child was violated, if my daughter was violated and she called her vagina a vajayjay, would not stand up in court. So I'm not saying grooming, the word grooming is not there, because we know that these statutes, these laws, you can flip 3 words and it'll mean something totally different. The main idea is they're not protecting our children. That's the main idea. And we're paying these individuals to do what? Keep us in the dark about what has taken place. How many families have we spoke with whose child was going through some traumatic at the school and they swept it under the rug until we got a hold of it, and then we let the community know about it?
You know what? When I talk about it, it makes me sick to my stomach because I'm out here every other day dealing with somebody that then lured a child out of the home through one of these computer programs or through one of these social media sites. You know what I mean? And then you got the teachers now that they're saying that are having questionable grooming behavior, and they trying to figure out how to change the law to actually make them pay the price for that. This is, to me, we behind the ball.
Do they really?
We definitely behind the ball on this whole thing.
I don't believe that they're trying to change it because it's not that hard.
Right.
When you think about that, somebody who violates a child or just molest or rape a child, they get less time than somebody that murders somebody. And when you think about being violated, you have to live the rest of your life dealing with that violation. And these people are getting a slap on the wrist, and the majority of the time, especially when we're talking about we're sending them to a school who's supposed to have done their due diligence if it's a predator or not. However, There's so many loopholes, and we really don't even know about the private sector because their rules and regulations on how they report certain things is slippery and tricky too.
Well, when we come back, I want to talk about our weekend out there, peanut butter jelly time with the kids.
Absolutely.
On a positive note, I want to
Yes,
discuss
let's
our
do
trunk
it.
and treats event and all the people that came out when we get back. We got some pictures I want to put up for those that are tuning into the show. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you ready to level up your mindset, your money, and your future? Join Coach Erica Odom, real estate investor, success coach, and published author for On the Journey with Coach Erica. This month's episode features inspiring Milwaukee guests, William Lyons Edwards of Knowledge Born Publishing and 84 Lawn Care, and Ed Headings, founder of Ed Headings Work Boots and Go Time Trucking. Plus, hear from Norris School District voices Lanaya, Trinisha, Stacy, and Lori. Tune in Monday, October 28th at 6 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Your path to purpose starts here. The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy's yearly fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at A Novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's STEAM-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Hey Milwaukee, are you ready to make your neighborhood shine? Join 1MKE's Neighborhood Task Force, where neighbors come together to build stronger, more connected communities in Washington Park, Washington Heights, Clark Square, and Walker's Point. Come share a meal and share your ideas and share your voice. This is your chance to shape the future of your neighborhood. Don't miss out. RSVP today on Eventbrite. Search 1MKE Neighborhood Task Force and join the movement to make Milwaukee stronger together. 1MKE, one voice, one community, one future.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bucks basketball is back. A brand new season of big games, electric matchups, and unforgettable moments starts now. There's nothing like Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The energy, the thrills, the slam dunks, and buzzer-beating three-pointers. Don't miss your chance to be part of all the on-the-court, cheering crowd, fear the deer excitement. Get your tickets today at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and The Truth in the afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Rhea Riley will be joined by Ashley Lucas, Senior Vice President and Small Business Banking Sales Manager at Associated Bank. They will discuss banking opportunities and tips for small business owners and entrepreneurs. So again, tune into the Business Spotlight with Associated Bank this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Elizabeth Brown, Trunk and Treats was powerful. It was powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I had a straight ball. You know, the babies running around, Miss Jelly, with
Oh,
Mr.
wow.
Peanut Butter.
I don't think they was ready for that jelly.
That part. I mean, the costumes that the kids had on was amazing. Every last one of them, from 3 years old to 16 or 17 years old. One thing for sure, two for certain, they love peanut butter and jelly. Okay, and everybody
Facts.
was singing the peanut butter and jelly song. So I mean, it was absolutely amazing. Salute to Truth Nation who pulled up, was donating plenty candy. I mean, all the way into the
Right.
end.
All the way into the end.
Families, yeah, families brought their babies, and all the way to the end, we had enough candy. Everybody left with a bag full of treats, and I mean, it was absolutely amazing. I had a absolute ball.
And I'll tell you this, when the community comes together, it's a good feeling for everybody involved. I think that many of the adults, they were so elated and happy to have the
Absolutely.
community engagement. People stopped and expressed how they felt about a lot of the things that are happening in the community. When we stand up and say we can start taking these things into our hands, making a safe environment for the children, it definitely has a positive effect on the community.
I mean, absolutely. The energy that was there, again, everything that took place. I mean, that Ole Mill's parking lot was in disguise. Again, when one door closed, a window opened, you know, and I thought it was absolutely amazing that people that was going into the stores, because while we were running, getting more candy as we was running low, we had people who were actually out shopping and realized that it was a trunk or treat, and they ran into, you know, Dollar Tree to get candy to donate to give out to the kids. So I mean, the energy was just amazing to have the kids out there, and I know the kids slept good
Sure
because they was
did.
running all over the parking lot.
Sure
It was an
was.
absolute party, you know, like they were playing with each other. You can see the families made this little protection hub. The food trucks, the food was good. I mean, the vibration was absolutely amazing. And then the adults out there fellowshipping, it's just something about being surrounded by children with laughter that does something to your soul. It eases your immune system. The black men that showed up as a protection, they
Right.
really, you had black men who participated, but it was so powerful to see so many black men sitting in their cars
Right.
just overseeing, and they let it be known, like I didn't bring no kids or nothing, but I'm just here for the protection of the children. So I'll be sitting here watching. You know, I mean,
Yep.
I'm getting chills right now because it was super amazing to see come out in numbers, because I didn't think it was going to be as big as it was, but it was absolutely, it was huge, you know. And like I stated, you know, for the men and the women that came out to just chaperone it, to just come out to greet the kids. And I mean, it was amazing, you know. Salute to all the people on the front line. Salute to every black man, black woman, and black child that participated in that, because it was epic.
Many times when we talk about what we need to do, I think that's no longer the conversation. It's when we gonna do it.
Not at all.
It's now
It's
it's time
happening.
to get to it. You know, I think 2026 is going to be an even more amazing year. And Elizabeth Brown, I got a call today. They already talking about doing something for Thanksgiving for the kids. I'm like, here we go.
Hey, well, you are, again, we have to become the resources that we
Right.
know we need, because I mean, at the end of the day, looking outside of ourselves, we never get anything done. And there's no better time than the present. We put on the cake with the hole in it for every other community. For every other group of individuals, we're in the front. It's time for us to sacrifice everything else for ourselves and our community, because we're going to need it. We've been talking a long time.
I think it's some disconnection going on with Well, let's see if we can get her back. Liz can call back. Tell her to call on the phone because I think we had a connection issue going on. But like I said, once again, these are the ways that we can get closer to our community and putting the responsibility back into our hands, putting the responsibility in our decision making and providing things that we know that is a need in our community from the ground up. And many times, a lot of the people that are working on the outskirts trying to say, okay, well, what can we do? No, get around people that know what to do. Get around those that are working on the front lines that's already doing it. It ain't got to be no meeting. It ain't got to be confusing. Just help those that are already in action, and it'll come out better. Then the results will start piling up. The reason we don't get results is because we're looking outside ourselves to people that may not even know exactly what to do. And I know a lot of people say, well, at least we got something. No, we not trying to do that. We not trying to, at least we got something. No, we trying to hit the bullseye. And it's time to hit the bullseye. We've been trying to do something for a long time, and it ain't turned out to nothing. Now we got to start hitting bullseye. We got to get it right because the next generation depends on it. The next generation is depending on us to leave them something to stand on. And that's what this is about. And I appreciate everybody from Truth Nation that came out, everybody from the community, Simone McElroy. It was her vision to have it at Midtown because she saw the need and she made the call and she said, hey, Tory, we got to do something. And you know what I told her? Let's rock. It was just that simple. It was just that simple. So once again, it's amazing to have people out in the community that's focused on making our community better, making our children, allowing our children to see that we love and care about them and what they're interested in. And I'm going to tell you this, a lot of people don't agree with Halloween, and I don't even do Halloween like that. I don't. I don't do it like that. I mean, but at the same time, these are things that our children and people in the neighborhood and their community members are involved in, and why not make it safe? Why not make it a safe environment? All right, well, I'll tell you this. Salute to Elizabeth Brown. We had some technical difficulties, but hey, it happens like that sometimes. Also, every kid deserves a school that sees their brilliance and a place that believes in who they can become. At Milwaukee College Prep, we're setting the bar high on strong character, high expectations, and academic excellence starting as early as age 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee because we believe every child can achieve greatness. And the best part is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com because Milwaukee College Prep is where brilliance begins. Salute to everybody joining the show today. Salute to everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat on this Monday. We got a lot to discuss this week, and I appreciate everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that joined the show out there in radio land. Hey, look, keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.